And we are live, folks. And I mean, my co-hosts are going to be joining me shortly, I hope. But in the meantime, I've got my EC behind me somewhere. She's up to like her usual stuff. So if you hear us chirping through like out the draft, that's just my bird. So yeah, it's been interesting so far. I mean, nothing's happened yet. They're just getting ready to start and all that. Just doing some things real quick. And then yeah, and like I said, draft's gonna start in probably about a minute. They're just doing the introductions right now from like every team, showing the players when they got drafted. Looks like a lot of receivers. That's for sure. Holy people, Batman. I love they mentioned this has been 2 years in the making since this was supposed to be the 2020 NFL draft. And because of COVID, it shut it all down. So it's good they got Vegas back. And I love how like the stage is like in the middle of the fountains at Bellagio. I don't know if they're gonna go off for every pick or not. And we're still waiting for everyone to show up. I mean, Mary Lee's probably having fewer problems because, well, that's Mary Lee's like trademark. And like I said, Phil won't join us tonight. Apparently Ben Grimaldi's gonna join us. We're gonna like a lot of guests apparently. Like I said, Mary Lee's probably on her way in. Luckily, we're not missing anything because draft never starts on time, which is shocker because now Goodell's still got to open it up. Say we officially declared the NFL draft open, and Jacksonville's on the clock. Yada yada yada. And Nick should be joining me shortly, maybe. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's Nick.
Hey, what are you doing?
Not much. Just watching ESPN. How's AC?
Uh, Great. He's at wrestling practice. He's wrestling in nationals Saturday, so he's getting a wrestling practice in. I didn't
Nice.
realize
That's
it was on
awesome.
Zoom. My wife was gonna go and come get him. He goes to a private practice with his coach. My wife was gonna go get him so I could do this. I didn't realize it was Zoom, or I would have had her come. Um,
No worries. We can't script this. It's live.
Yeah. Well, the issue is that you guys are watching like ESPN and know what's going on. Anyone on the clock yet? Are the Jags on the clock?
No, Goodell hasn't came out yet. He's just about to. He's got back from commercial.
All right, cool. No, I mean it's easy. Like I'm not far from my house. Um,
Yeah. If you hear chirping in the background, that's just my parrot. Just so you know.
yeah, no worries. I'm happy you invited me on. Like,
Well,
uh,
it's been a minute.
yeah. And the thing is, I'd probably know more about this draft than Mel Kiper and what's
Well,
his name mixed together.
yeah, McShay.
Oh my goodness, they're both. They're like in the
And the
old days, like
tradition.
the snake oil salesman.
Oh, absolutely. And the tradition begins of them booing Goodell.
Is everyone booing him? This
Absolutely.
this first pick
Wow.
is going to be.
It's gonna change. It's one of the pivot points of the draft. Is I literally do not know what Jackson's doing.
I don't think they're going to go with Hutch. I think they're. I think that they
I
end up
I think
drafting
the O
that.
line. It's either
Yeah.
O line, or that guy from North Carolina State. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Well, I tell you what. The most important thing they I think, and I've been having this debate all week with people that the two most important positions are offensive line and quarterback. And if you drafted a quarterback last year and like Trevor Lawrence having like PTSD from getting sacked so many times, you got to draft a big O tackle.
Oh,
But
absolutely, I agree. I mean, they got the left. They just signed Cam Robinson to like a 3-year deal, but I still get a right tackle. I
oh,
protect my
absolutely.
quarterback. I protect my quarterback at all costs, no matter what.
I don't, and sadly, for Trevor Lawrence, I don't think they're going to do it. And a position I think that's extremely overvalued is the edge
Yeah,
rushers, and D linemen,
and
because every year there's a new batch.
there's going to be like three in the top five.
Yeah. And the thing is, there'll be three in the top five next year, and then next year, and then next year.
I
To
know.
find that stud O tackle, like it's just rare,
Well, it's
you
also the
know.
fact that the reason why you do it too is the same reason why you draft a quarterback so high is because you don't have to pay him for 4 years.
Well, that's the thing is that isn't in the first year you can get him for 5, and then the second on you get him for
Yeah.
4 on the rookie contracts.
Well, yeah. It's just in the first 4 years are they're cheap. Yeah, the fifth year option, the escalator. Ice Cube's there. They got like Kevin. They got like Marcus Allen on stage, Derek Carr, and I don't recognize the third one in the middle.
Yeah, it's think this is it was just
And
like
then
bad timing
and they
because where AC's practice ended. I should have just had my wife come, but is Marley coming on too, or is it just you?
she's coming. She's having career problems like usual. It's like the running joke with her. It's like she's probably trying to call in a minute.
I mean, at least you're getting to see live. Like, but I mean, with the first pick, I'll be disappointed in the Jags, but not surprised if they go like the end. I mean, the best players,
Yeah,
I personally think the best player in the draft is that Hamilton kid. We're just going to pure
oh,
talent. Hutch
Kyle
Hamilton,
Ellington.
yeah, love him.
Yeah,
I heard a little bit ago
he's
the Eagles were trying to trade up, and I'm hoping it's for him.
he's like a defensive. He's like a linebacker playing safety.
He reminds me. I mean, not the comparison, but similar, like Brian Dawkins, and you know, where you have a safety that's like a linebacker, a hard hitting safety you can cover
Who happens to
and
be
bring
6'4",
pain.
230.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's an
mean,
absolute
and
mount.
the Eagles, if the Eagles want to trade up, and if they trade
Yeah.
up and draft a D lineman, I'm going to be disappointed.
uh,
But Howie Roseman's a horrible
I would
GM.
say I would say get a drink ready just in case. I've got a gut feeling that's probably what they're going to do. Jacksonville Joes are officially on the
No, they're
clock.
horrible. Howie Roseman's the worst GM in football. The
I'd say
attendance right now.
I would argue second worst behind Jerry Jones.
Uh, you're giving Harry Rosen too much credit. Like he's
No,
horrible.
I don't know. I just want to do this off Ben because he's supposedly coming on later too, just to piss him off a little.
Oh yeah, Ben loves those Cowboys. But
Yeah,
Jerry Jones is like GM of the year compared to freaking Howie. Howie's picks are horrible, horrible. Even when people like Justin Jefferson fall into your lap, he goes and drafts a punt returner from TCU. You know, it just ridiculous the amount of mistakes that guy makes. And the Eagles are packaging up to come up.
yeah, he gets the pass because they won the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Yeah. And I said at the time that I would give him a pass forever, but that lasted like a year. And then pass was up. I'm really curious what the Jags do with this first pick.
Me too.
I wonder how it's gonna go.
I can guarantee you they're probably still looking. They're still probably trying to get out of it. There's talk that the Jets were trying to trade Mekhi Becton like during like today even. The offensive tackle. Because
they
no one wants
they need an offensive tackle. I mean, I know a lot of people want to trade down in this draft, but I just don't think the Jags will or should.
No one can really afford to because it's like the problem with this draft is there's no clear cut number one. So it's like, okay, there's no call it quote unquote holy shit quarterback that you gotta have.
Oh,
so there's
gonna be people reaching for these quarterbacks too that in a normal year would fall the second and third round.
Yeah, absolutely. But I was saying that the fact that there's not there's not a Trevor Lawrence where it's like that's why it's all quiet on like Jacksonville's front for like a trading down.
If they would trade down, man, this whole offseason has been so crazy that it wouldn't surprise me if they trade down.
You'd have to take a deal. You could take less than you get to get out of that first pick.
Well, I mean, how many minutes do they have? 5? Like 5
minutes? 7.5.
Oh, and they're taking this long yet?
I think it's really because I think they're just waiting to see if they get any offers.
I'll tell you what, it's going to take the Lions all of 3 seconds to jump on that. They're picking Hutchinson, no question.
If Hutchinson's there, he's there. Yeah, just because he played him.
They'll have that pick in the second the Jags make their selection, and if it's not him, they'll be like, call it in. They should make a movie about this draft. They should be like Draft Day 2.
You know, I hated that movie.
You hated that movie? Oh my gosh! I just watched it the other day. I can't believe it.
I don't watch it. I don't watch some of my friends watches a pre-draft traditions. I watch Best of the Best martial arts movie. I just clear my head of everything. I had a massage.
I just watch it if it's on. I won't pass. It's one of those movies that I won't pass. Like Goodfellas, I won't pass, or Rounders, I won't pass. You know.
It was funny. I did everything the last 2 days after work. I just cleared my head. I played video games all night, like Super Mario 3 on Nintendo.
Great game.
Yeah, just cleared my headway. I mean, there's a lot of talk of them taking also Trayvon Walker. That's the guy that they're talking about for Jacksonville.
Well, that's the DN from Georgia. That I think it's there's the overvalue of a DN.
Well, absolutely. If you want an NFL comparison that my friend no one will ever make, would probably he reminds me of Aaron Maven 2.0. Great, 1 year. Physically a freak, but
there's so many of them coming up. There's going to be another freaking next year, and the year after. There's going to be 5, 6 DN edge rushers, defensive linemen that are so good every single year. There's not a lot of good offensive tackles.
I was happy. Look at the Bills. They got Greg Rousseau picked 30 last year, and he was slated to be a top 5 pick.
Oh man, the Bills are going to be so good this year. I forgot. I wasn't even thinking about to talk to you about that. The Bills are going to be so good. They could just totally flop this draft, and they're still going to be awesome.
If you want to come up for a game, let me know.
Oh, dude, I would absolutely love to. That's something that I talked a lot about. Places that I'd like to go, and I would love to go to Buffalo.
It's a very quiet, subdued experience, you know.
It's everything. It sounds the exact opposite of that. It sounds like batshit crazy. People burning chairs and throwing people through shit.
Yeah, it's like going to ECW. Speaking of that, we were trying. That's why I was trying to get you a hold of that 2 years or 3 years ago now. Because when Mary Lee and I we went to Extreme Rules in Philly, and then we were at the Phillies game earlier. Yeah, we'll do both.
Oh man, I would have been there. AC, I'll I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
do like a wrestling tournament like in like Virginia Beach or something like that.
Yeah. But that kid, like, I won't say this to his face, and because he's not in the car right now, but he knows so much about sports, and it annoys me.
Well,
Like
look at
when he
well
corrects me.
look at his father.
Yeah, but it's still annoying that he's 12 years old and he does know a lot, and then he'll be right. When he's right, it drives me even more crazy. But
That dude,
wrestling,
that was me at 12.
that was me at 12 too. And that's another thing is like when you're looking at like your 12-year-old self in the mirror, and it's like right, and you're always with him, like because we spend so much time together. I'm his coach, in most sports, and I'm driving him like to wrestling practice all the time. We're driving all over, the United States for tournaments. We spend so much time together, and it's tough.
Oh yeah,
He's just like me, and he loves to be right. But man, wrestling wise, man, I don't know many people that know more about wrestling than him. He's crazy,
picks in
crazy.
by the way.
Man, this is where it's. I wonder who they're gonna pick. I hope they don't do what I think they're gonna do.
What do you think they're gonna do?
I think they're gonna go DN.
Yeah, it
I
sounds
think
like
they're
too.
gonna go DN. The kid from Georgia, they're gonna
It
draft him.
looks. You should when you get home, you guys see the crowd outside of Bellagio.
Man, I can't believe the
It's
draft in Vegas. That's so cool. That's so cool.
well, it's supposed to be there 2 years ago. COVID was decided to be an asshole
Yeah,
about it.
it's beautiful,
Like,
man. Like that stadium looks beautiful.
did you remember like the Nashville set like a couple years ago? There's more people in Vegas, and they're saying about 600,000 people came in the last 2 days just for the draft.
Oh my, that's absurd. I can't imagine how crazy it is there. What's the pick? Because it just said the lines were on the clock. I got an
Yeah,
update.
it picks it in. Goodell hasn't came to the stage yet.
Well, wonder what he's
I
doing.
mean, he's picking buggers back, and
Maybe he's maybe
he's put his flash jacket on so
Traded.
he doesn't get killed by one of these defensive linemen.
I think they need to stop booing him. It was funny at first, but now it's getting kind of old.
He's actually a great guy.
I don't dislike the guy. I hate the commissioner of baseball. I can't stand that guy. But
I hate what's his name too. Manfred's awful, but
he's an
yeah,
idiot.
Trayvon Walker, defensive end in Georgia, first pick.
Yeah, knew it.
I mean, I'd be fine with Hutch for them just with the fact that he's an established star. Like this guy's a 1-year freak.
And he was on a team that there were so many good defensive players there. There was double teams. It's a bad pick.
Yeah, it's a horrible pick because, like I said, there's gonna be literally probably like 4 first-round picks in this Georgia defense.
Yeah, I get it. That's gonna
alone.
learn my phone. Unreal rise of the number 1 overall pick, and that's the thing is that they're like every year there's gonna look next year we'll talk about it. There'll be 4 or 5 great edge D linemen. There just is every damn year. Why waste a chance to protect your franchise quarterback? You invested in a franchise quarterback, and then you go get a DN, and not even the best one.
No, he's yes, he's got the highest. Wow, Detroit didn't screw around. Detroit's picks in. It's got it. This has to be Hutch.
No question, no doubt. It's Hutchinson.
It's either Hutch. It's either Hutch or Sauce. It's all it is. It's one or the other.
Man, Sauce is good. I
joked and said if he made it to 5, I'd say if I was Bills, I'd go go Julio Jones trade and get him.
I remember early on in mocks that people had the Eagles getting him at whatever they were at, like 16 and 15 or something, and then he flew off the draft
because his combine, and supposedly he had an insanely good interview with everyone.
Yeah, that's what. Who the heck was the Eagles looking up? The Oregon DN who had the exact opposite.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah, so that he is a me guy, not work hard, he wants to be the greatest show in town, and that's who the Eagles are trying to move up to get. It's like the opposite of Sauce, who everything you hear about that guy's great.
Yeah, everyone's like people come my other groups on like Facebook messaging right now, are raving about it, like saying like this is such a great pick for the Jaguars. I'm like, it's dumb. Protect your quarterback.
You just picked the quarterback. You just picked the quarterback last year. He's your franchise quarterback.
Get the bookends.
Yeah. And then build. You want to build from the inside out on your offense. Inside out. Get
Yeah,
that line
they've
stabilized.
got the interior line set. They need a right tackle and take one.
And the fact that they didn't, I mean, I guess there are a decent amount of offensive linemen, but there's just not that game changing tackle. Like there's probably like one, maybe two a year, maybe. And some
If you're
years
lucky
not
too.
two. Yeah, exactly. It's not like a D lineman. D lineman is the most overrated position in the draft. I hate it. It drives me nuts. All day long arguing with my buddy that's a Giants fan. Not arguing, arguing, sorry. Because he's a defensive guy, and I'm like, he always talks edge, edge, edge. I'm like, that first of all, it's just a D lineman. This
Unless
edge
there's like
term just came up, you know?
it's the hybrid between defensive lineman and outside
Yeah,
linebacker.
it's just a hybrid. It's just a 3-4.
If
It's a Lawrence Taylor. They didn't call Lawrence Taylor an edge. They call him
if you
like a DM.
if you had Lawrence Taylor coming out, sure, take him number one overall, absolutely. But and here's the announcement for the Detroit Lions. All signs are pointing to Hutch.
Yeah, I can't. They're on that. There's no way. He's 100%.
So the question,
I have zero doubt.
So the question is, what does Houston do? Because like, since you and I are the resident degenerate gamblers with like our group of people.
Yes.
Cody Pickett's odds went from 20-1 earlier today to about like an hour ago to 8-1. Quarterback from Pitt.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, that's interesting.
I would be, wow.
I'd laugh.
If Detroit picks if they pick a quarter, you know what? That would be a Detroit Lions move.
No, Lions got Hutchinson. They got Hutch.
They got Hutchinson. Oh, cool. That was it. So, but who's worse than the Detroit Lions? The Houston Texans. At least they got rid of Bill O'Brien.
They got rid of. They got a king's ransom for freaking the quarterback. I gave me his name. Deshaun Watson. They robbed the Browns line. I don't care what it says.
Yeah, they got a lot.
And the Browns paid $230 million fully guaranteed
to a guy they don't even know if he's going to be suspended.
I think he misses the year.
I don't see how you could suspend a guy for a season for betting on football or whatever the heck that Ridley did, but you're going to let a guy that had 22 sexual misconduct, weird things happen.
I mean, you got Ben that got suspended for 6 games for 1.
Yeah.
And this was before any of these, like, I'm not downplaying the Me Too movement and all that stuff, but it's like, it's what it is. Different
time,
now.
You're right. It's not downplaying. It's the truth. Like, it's a different time than it was 10 years ago. Like 5 years ago.
5.
Like it's just the nature of it. Even though criminally he's been, absolved. He's not. I can't see him walking out of. I do believe there's something there too. He's either really just a weirdo. Why do you have 22 different masseuses to begin with? Like that's weird. There's something there.
I have one, and she's really good. Just for the record, she fixed my shoulder today.
But it's like, think about it. Like, and you're a normal person. If you're an NFL quarterback, you would have 1, 2,
this
maybe.
On site.
Yeah, you'd have one you feel comfortable with, like not 20, and that's not even how many he has. It's how many that file complaints against the guy. He probably has 100, 200.
If there's 1, there's 5, there's 20, there's God knows how much.
Yeah, and if he doesn't get suspended after that, Ridley gets suspended for a year for bad.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he didn't get banned for life.
I am. I mean, it pisses me off. He got suspended for a year. Really does.
I mean, baseball banned you for life, and picks are in for Houston. They didn't mess around. They got it rated. Come on, be the first reach. Come on, be a reach.
I hope they grab a quarterback.
I will laugh if they do. Like, I will laugh hysterically because I think Cody Pickett's not that good.
He's going to be like a Baker Mayfield. Like, I think he's the most NFL ready, but I don't think he's ever going to get better.
I just messaged Mary.
He is who he is. I don't think Baker Mayfield's too nice. I compared him to someone earlier today. I forget who it was. What the heck was that I compared him to? NFL quarterback, but like not a great, like someone that
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, like Baker Mayfield.
Well, I say in the sense that I would say the same thing. They both maxed out their potential.
Yeah, like, well, the thing with Pickett is he's like 24, 25 years old. He's been in college football for 5 years. Like, he is who he is. You know, he's
Yeah,
not gonna get better.
that's why Michael Baker. He's a fifth-year senior. Yada yada. Picks in. Come on, make the goddamn pick, Goodell. I know you guys show all this stuff because you can't help yourselves. So I love being at the draft when it's like delayed for
I'm trying to get the picks early when I'm looking on this app, but like they usually are coming ahead. But I don't know if I'm out here in the middle of nowhere that my app isn't going
it's
fast.
probably part of it, but like usually for the first round, they usually don't like try to get them in early just because of that. Because like they literally wait till like Goodell's on TV on the networks.
Sometimes you can sneak it in though, like the Twitter guys know.
Yeah, I have a guy that's coming to me. I'm not looking.
Yeah, I'm trying to go. I'm just like looking up different things as I'm sitting here.
Oh boy,
and
we gotta
sometimes,
get we have a guest. She's logging in right now. If I can't hear me,
all
thank
right.
God. Yeah,
Luckily, I'm in the dark. I'm not Zoom
Yeah,
ready. I'm my normal handsome self.
yeah. I was saying you got a face for radio.
Well, there's a lot of people there. Wow.
Yeah, I told you, there's probably a couple 100,000 people there.
Yeah, I'm like looking at different things. Being the degenerate I am, I'm watching looking at the baseball score, and then I was looking at the Sixers game.
We also have another. Well, we got Mary Lee in studio. She's just muted right now for some stupid ass reason. And hey, there she is,
Can
Oh,
you
yeah, we
can you
also-
hear me?
loud and
Hey,
clear.
how you doing?
Got like new headphones here. I wasn't sure if they were gonna work. Just
We
like the
have- we
rest
have
of my
a-
technology.
we have another guest on his way right now too. And I'm
Who's
not
that?
telling you who. You're gonna be surprised. We all worked with him.
We all worked with him, Phil.
No, Phil's at work right now. He's not coming on tonight. He wishes he could.
Man, that dude, one of my favorite guys. He's a real good dude. Ben.
Ben's coming not till Dallas. Houston just took Derek Stingley Jr. They went cornerback
Really? They picked him they picked him?
at
Wow.
3. Like, and
Over
he's- and he's-
Sauce?
Over Sauce. Yeah, if the Jets don't take Sauce, I'm calling the Giants. I don't care what anyone says. I'm doing the Julio Jones trade. I'm moving up to 25-5.
Wow.
If they go ahead and being like Buffalo, Buffalo's defense, go ahead, pass on us. I dare you.
Wow. I can't believe. Wow, that is an odd pick.
Because Stingley's been hurt a lot.
I don't know how you could grade him higher than Sauce. I'm not seeing it. I don't know, but that's predictable. Bad teams look. These same bad teams are at the top of the draft every year for a reason. They don't draft well. They make bad trades. Like it's the same team.
Oh, you mean like you mean like the team that's drafting right now, the New York Jets?
Yeah, the Jets are the new Browns.
No, but the Jets have always been the Jets. That's the thing, though. It's like if you watch that stupid YouTube, they just pick like shit like every year.
I know.
Sorry for like not letting really talk at all. It's like the Phil
Yeah.
and Nick and I show.
No, you're good. I mean, you both know a lot more about this than I do. I'm just kind of listening and taking it in.
You're probably laughing like. In case you didn't know, Marilee, by the way, Macy is out. She is if you hear chirping, that's just her, like there.
She's just flying around.
Yeah, he's doing a show with a bird behind him. That's nothing.
Hey, don't hate it, Macy. Macy's awesome. Like
That's how
Marilee knows
you know,
Macy.
that's how you know things are wild.
Yeah, I bring it up. I bring it up
sitting in a
to the
car.
party. Yeah,
Like,
they sit in a car in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. Marilee's like in her house falling asleep, and like, I got a parrot.
And you have a parrot. I'm like in front of this mansion, right? Because AC's in here with his coach practicing wrestling, and this house is one of the most beautiful houses I've ever seen. When I leave here, I feel even poorer than I already am. And it's first time I came here, I was like, "This is one person's house." And I went home and satellite viewed it like a weirdo. This house is immaculate.
I was gonna say, I told Marilee this last year. I wonder if the Buffalo Bills tradition of the NFL draft's gonna continue this year. When they say the pick is in, and they go to commercial. Like every pick for the Bills, it always happens to the Bills.
See 6 ounces over, so he's going to the sauna.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Hi AC.
No, that was his buddy to tell me that AC's
Oh.
6 ounces over. So he's going in the sauna. Yeah.
Going in the sauna. What a life.
Yeah, well, he qualified for nationals, so he's
Oh,
wrestling
congrats.
nationals this weekend. Yeah, thanks.
Oh
He
boy.
will. What's up? Who's picking?
No, we've got our guest, Mr. Energy from
Oh.
Rand Sports fan. You probably can't hear me yet because he's still logging in. You guys
Rand
can't see
Sports.
who's like
Just a family
Wow.
reunion.
I know. Rand
pretty
Sports,
much.
that
That
was a while
that
ago.
was kind of the goal.
Oh, that
That
was
was-
a blast from the
That was.
past.
If
Yeah,
you
that
got
was an
video. You can
experience.
turn it on too. Yeah, I think we could all vouch for that. Even like my guest of honor, who I brought him on because I wanted energy for the draft.
Who is it? I'm curious.
Yeah, I love how you guys don't have a clue, which is great. And Marilyn
Oh.
knows because I gave
I'm
her
just
the
gonna
guest
click
list.
on participants and
I
Okay.
can't. I'm
Yeah.
like I'm on my phone, so I can't even barely see like anything but a picture of me and my kid.
Oh boy, there he is. What's up, Devin?
Scotty D, what is up?
Not much.
Oh,
Yeah, like I said, he's a little mini rant reunion here.
I
We
know.
got Marilyn
I-
Gallagher, we got Nick Swartz, we got me, got you.
Hell yeah.
Didn't Ben work at Rand Sports too?
Yes, he did.
I know, like
Man.
some of the places that I wrote for in my life, and like I went from like established real newspapers, like the Patriot News, which is one of the best newspapers in Pennsylvania, to like Rant
To
Sports.
Rant
Like
Sports,
what happened to
yep.
me?
you went a little backwards.
I look, I jumped right out of college to like sports editor of my hometown newspaper, which whatever, to like bigger papers, a daily item, all to working in Harrisburg at the Patriot News, which is the best newspaper, well, one of them in Pennsylvania, to Rant Sports, the Hub. We're all where other weird places we work at, Scott.
Oh
was
God,
the other
let's
one?
see. Players View.
Players View. Bam, that's what I was thinking of. Just making money for someone other than myself. I know that.
So,
Sounds about right.
Devin, I don't know if you've been watching the first 3 picks. They've been pretty freaking interesting, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still stuck on Derek Carr's haircut, man. What the hell was that? Did you see that? Like the mohawk
Yeah.
peel down to the neck? I don't know about that, bro. I'm still a little shook on that.
I mean,
Yeah, I
and
think
Stingley
you knew
having
Houston was
sauce.
going to do something. Yeah, you knew Houston was going to do something dumb. That's just a
Apparently,
given.
That's
I
what
was-
they do.
I thought they were going to quarterback because, like, apparently, Cody Pickett's odds like soared like in the last like hour before the draft.
Oh, really? So you think he'll go over Willis?
Yeah, I think don't be surprised if Houston tries to hop back at the top 10 and grab him. Well, the Jets made
I
see who the
wouldn't be
Jets screwed
surprised.
up.
Like,
That's
Willis is
like
not.
the
I
tradition
think
of the
that
draft.
Pickett's going to go before Willis just because of the like NFL ready. I don't agree with
Yeah,
it. Like
I agree with
think he
that.
should go upside.
Yeah.
Like the Saints,
Like-
I think the Saints would be a perfect spot for Willis. Where you
Yeah,
can put him
I
behind
keep
James
thinking.
Winston, something like
I
that.
keep thinking Steelers. The Steelers, it's not in their nature
Yeah.
to do that, but I can't see them. I mean, what are they going to
Steelers
do,
gonna
Mitch?
pick it.
Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, if he's there at 20, I don't know. Previous drafts tell me quarterbacks will not last that long.
No, and they should.
Listen-
In a normal draft, these quarterbacks would be second, third round picks. There's not a first round
Right.
pick here. Not a real. And they're in like a quarterback draft. Like last year, where would these guys have been? Third round, at second.
About that, yeah.
because you had exactly because I mean Fields was what the third quarterback taken, and he was 11. So
Yeah,
sounds right.
you had Sunshine went to the Jags, and then Trey Lance, and then Justin Fields, and then Mac Jones. Right? Was that the four? Top four?
yeah,
yeah, 'cause
Sounds
the
right.
Bears traded up. Bears went to like 11.
Man,
yeah. They went from
Sunshine-
like 15 to 11 to like to get.
Well, and
By
you
the way,
look-
Devin, if you hear noises in the background, that's just my bird clicking around. Just don't mind her.
He is a bird during a show. That's pretty interesting. I'm still stuck on the bird.
I think this is Gardner.
Yeah,
It has to be.
that's Nick
If
Sauce.
this isn't sauce, there's something.
Yeah.
There's something seriously wrong.
Yep, there he goes. Yep.
And they just ruined Sauce's career. I get it. I mean, I love the pick. I love the guy. I mean, I was telling you before he came on, if he made it to 5, I could see the Buffalo Bills going, you know what? We're gonna go, we're gonna do a Julio Jones trade. We're gonna trade from 25 to 5 and get Sauce Gardner, be the best
If he
secondary
made it
in
to
football.
5, Eagles were going to trade. The Eagles would have got up and went up and got him. There's no question.
No,
What's to do with
they were-
Tre'Davious, Scott?
he's doing. I know he's in rehab still for his ACL, but he's supposed to be ready game like by week 1.
That was such
I
a
hope he's
bummer,
ready.
man. That was
It
such a
sucks.
bummer.
I was at that game too.
Really?
down
They
Thanksgiving.
had
That
already
was a
won it, right? It was
blast.
already like it
Yeah.
was already over, right?
Yeah, it was like it just blew it out. I'm like, God damn it, really?
Yeah, that sucks.
I can't like you have a bird and I'm doing a Jeff show in the dark with I'm not even watching ESPN right now.
And Mary Lee's
My
got
son-
a camera, and like Nick's just and Devin's just hanging out.
Like I wish I was watching on the thing, but my son's 0.4 pounds overweight in wrestling. Who's so right now on the clock is the Giants.
hmm
Man, they'll figure out a way to screw this up. They can script a wet dream. And
I-
my buddy that's a Giants fan texted me while I was on here. They'll do something stupid. They will. They're like the Jets light.
They should. They honestly should. I mean, right now they've got their choice of offensive line if they want to.
They
protect
have to go
quarterback. I
line.
mean,
Have to.
They should. I mean,
Someone
it's-
will use your
it's-
brain here. There's
if they get like Evan Neal, that's a steal at 5. Because I
Yeah, and
had him
they
as my
have a
number
new
one
GM.
guy.
Yeah, like
He's
they have a new
ex-Bills
GM.
assistant GM.
Yeah, what's his name? Gentleman or whatever. The Gattleman.
Joe
He
Shane.
was horrible. He was bad. Bad
Yeah,
GM.
he was.
Bad GM.
He's the reason why the Bills got Bills got Ed Oliver because he decided to take. Oh, we'll take Danny Dimes,
Yeah, that was a great pick.
and they boot him out of Giant Stadium.
The Giants are they've seriously I can't Houston, the Jets, the Giants, those guys are worse.
Did you just
Only
laugh? Sorry, my bird was laughing.
your
at
bird's
you.
laughing at you.
No, he's laughing
Oh,
at you.
that's good.
Hey,
Hey,
well,
I
that's Devin.
can't
He'll
help-
probably, I think he'll be back or he'll just message me. You there, Mary Lee, or you just hanging out being muted?
I'm here, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I literally, you guys are just talking, so I'm just listening. But ESPN put up a graphic that said that between the Jets and the Giants, they have picks like 4, 5, 7,
4 or
and
5.
10, or
Yes.
something crazy like that. Like I knew things
Yeah.
were bad in the New York teams that people say there are New York teams, and when they talk about how there's no good teams in New York, they forget about the one that's
Actually, in New York,
Exactly, yeah, the only one that's actually in New York. But like I knew things were bad. I didn't know things were that bad. Jeez.
Well, you gotta think though, like the Seattle Seahawks probably feared when they traded for what's his name? Welcome back, Devin.
Thank
When
you.
they traded for Jamal Adams, that they figured, oh yeah, we're gonna be like, the logic, oh yeah, we're gonna be like the Rams, we're gonna be traded away. We got more people coming here. Got another, I'm pretty sure he worked with Rand. Josh can confirm that if he wants to. Macy, Jesus, sorry, she's laughing consistently. Sauce is like running through the convention center in like Las Vegas.
I
See, I
think
had the
this
Giants.
entrance is way too long.
Yeah,
Well,
this
Pixie,
reminds me
no.
of like the Mexico games when the locker rooms were like 3 miles away. And players
Yeah,
had to run
exactly.
there.
Like it's
Yeah, I had-
great and they get their moment and everything, but I'm not sitting here trying to watch like an Undertaker entrance at WrestleMania. Like
Essentially,
you
yes.
should get these picks in, 8 minutes is long enough. I thought it used to only be 5. I didn't realize
Yeah,
they made it
it's
longer.
for the
15.
second round. It's 5.
Well, think about,
How
like,
about
it used to be
listen? in
15
the
minutes
end,
in the first round.
used to be 15. Wow,
Yeah, they sped it up because people were sick of this.
I bet. If they have a long entrance like it's SummerSlam, the SummerSlam entrances are the longest. Those ramps were like so far down, like the old heads they would bring 4-wheelers. Like Stone Cold did just that WrestleMania. He rode that
That's
4-wheeler
right.
down because his old ass couldn't walk down the ramp.
Were they
wrestle-
doing that at like Royal Rumble a couple years ago
Yeah,
too, where they had
yeah.
to like ride them down on like freaking segways?
because that Royal Rumble, the ramp was so unbelievably long that you get these old heads, so they would all come out with something cool that ride them down there because they walk down there, be out of breath, they wouldn't be able to wrestle for 10, 15 minutes.
That's true.
Stone Cold definitely doesn't
Yeah.
do as good as he does in his match if he doesn't take that 4-wheeler down.
Well, yeah, because he's 58 years old and hasn't wrestled in
And his knees are shut, but he has
19.
wrestled.
Yeah, consider everything. And
Not to
So,
jump on
Giants.
wrestling, but
Joe Shane, who are you picking? Come on.
the Giants are going to pick
I-
the DN from Florida State.
I like that. I had them going Stingley, so I'm. I mean, I don't know. I like this tackle out of UNI Penning, but this is too early for him. But I think he goes a lot higher than people think. this would be the first place where, I mean, do you really want to take a tackle that high? But I don't
They
think
should go
they'll take a
with
wide receiver. They've invested so much in wide receiver already. I don't think they'll take a wide out. I really don't.
I do like my UNI like offensive line, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Isn't
of
Spencer
course.
Brown?
Yes.
He's so big. I love the taunt he did to the player from the Texans. Where he's like, "Where are you?"
Yeah, because he's fucking massive. Exactly. Now that O line was surprisingly, you guys figured it out without a lot of big money guys either.
It took 16 weeks to figure it out.
But didn't you guys traded Wyatt Teller? Didn't you have Wyatt
Yeah.
Teller for a minute? Yeah. He's a fucking goon, man.
Yeah, he's
so
like Josh
good.
Allen's like a good friend too. Like they have pictures in the hot tub together and everything.
Oh gosh.
So no one
He's
picked
a
Neil yet?
monster with the Browns.
Huh? No, it's McNeil yet.
This might be Neil. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Why wouldn't he? Like, he's.
I like it.
I think he's the best tackle. I mean, but it's cutting hairs with like the kid from NC State's pretty good too. But I would go Neil.
Neil's
there's Neil, there's Cross, and then the wide receivers.
There's a lot.
I mean,
I think they go O tackle this one. O tackle and then
Kwanu, is that his name? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Kevin Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
they were
wow.
D end.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, I guess their defense.
Look, that's the
Yeah.
guy that they love too. I'm so happy they took him because now the Eagles can't. That's the dude that went one GM. Listen, so there's a lot of talk in Philly that the Eagles are going to move up and draft him. And this one GM was like talking about their meeting, and he was saying that he's the most me first. He said after the guy left the room, he was like, "What the f?" You know, like this dude was like his personality was so big, and he was such a me first guy. But like the GM said, it was the first time ever where he was just like, "Wow," you know, like, and he was totally turned off by it. Didn't matter that the talent. He's not that interested.
I feel like
His
you
work
guys.
ethic's
I
questionable.
feel like Eagles always get to the quarterback, man. It doesn't matter who you have. It's just
Because Howie Roseman, when you
guys-
draft 400 D linemen in 400 years, like 10 of them will be good.
Yeah.
Howie Roseman has like man crush on D linemen.
Yeah,
He
big old fat
does.
guy.
Yeah. Ever
Big,
since I was a
old,
kid, man,
fat
even
man.
like
That was that was
I
Andy
just-
Reid too. He wanted people to go get cheesesteaks with.
Jim Johnson's old ass. Yeah, you guys would just light it up. Just for whatever reason, you'd have.
Yeah, but at least
Even
in
the
Jim
Super
Johnson
Bowl
was
year.
good.
It didn't make no sense. Sometimes I feel like
the
our
Super
defense
Bowl
was
year-
good in spite of itself.
Chris Long was just going nuts all of a sudden.
There's some good, and they have, but that's the
I've-
thing is there's still some talent there. You know, like I don't think they need another edge guy, especially on the
No, they
questionable
don't.
character.
You guys always
Philly.
Yeah, no.
Five.
just-
Think about the other guys. The first 5 picks this year have been all defense.
Wow.
Yeah,
No receivers.
there's
no
not a lot of
quarterbacks, no
firepower
offensive
on
line.
offense, unfortunately.
Well, I just
not
don't
one
know
of
what
those
tackle
drafts.
went. I guess the Giants figured they'll get a tackle on the
Well,
comeback.
With the fucking Bears pick, yeah.
yeah,
well, like he told Nick Merrily and Devin came on. I was like there was no holy shit that I gotta have this guy at number 1.
No, it's a very
It's
there'll be a guy
deep. It's
but
positions, but there's no like I said, there's no. Oh my god, I have to have him.
no.
I would have thought
This
that
draft, you're kind of in the
Hutchinson
weeds with this draft.
or Hamilton, like overall best players. Like if you had the first pick and you're at a team like they have so many holes, they could literally win anywhere. You know,
Yeah,
I would have
Yeah,
protected
I'm
my
not
quarterback.
mad.
but-
I'm not mad that the Bears aren't. I mean, I'm still. I don't know with Fields. It's still too early to really tell. But
I
I'm
think he's
not
gonna
mad
be
that they're
good.
not picking.
No, like I'll tell you
Yeah,
what,
it's just frustrating. It's frustrating that the GM that took him is gone, and we're just on this hamster wheel of like
the
wasted
good
his
thing-
rookie year.
You got rid of Ryan
Frustrating.
Pace and you got rid of your coach. That's 2 positives right there. Like Ryan Pace was a GM, right? And then the coach, who the hell was their coach?
Fucking
Going blank.
Matt Nagy.
Nagy.
Yeah.
Nagy and Pace are gone. So that's 2
Unbelievable.
victories for you in the offseason already. The Bears are gonna be
It
better.
sucks because like those rookie contracts are only so long though. So like you can only
Well, you-
capitalize on, and they have a bottom 3 roster in the league. Like it's gonna take.
Yeah.
By the time they turn this thing around, Fields will be ready for a new contract, and then everything fucking changes because now you got to
That's
pay
exa-
him, and then
that's-
it's brutal. Same thing
And
happened
you
with
have,
Mitch. I mean, Mitch wasn't good, so it was worse. But like
I
when
think
Mitch was on
better
that
than people
rookie
think,
deal,
but
when he was on that rookie deal, it's like, let's go get Mac. Let's pay Eddie Jackson. Let's pay Hicks. Let's, draft Roquan Smith. And you built your team thinking Mitch was the real deal, and he fucking wasn't. So
was he not the real deal, or was the coaching horrendous?
Or
was it
I think
Nagy?
a combination of both. Yeah, I think it was a combination
Nagy's-
of both. But they didn't
He's
do
like
him any
that
favors.
coach.
No, because Mahomes had that 50 touchdown season, and Nagy turned around and was like, "Yeah, I got to do that with Mitch." Like, no, you don't. He just had such a big ego that it had to be like he couldn't just let Mitch be, the reason you don't lose. Instead of Mitch he's got to make all the throws. Like, no, he doesn't have to. You have a top 5 defense. Just fucking
No, and that
Just
was the
don't-
perfect
don't-
example.
don't mess it up.
Defense like that. You don't need a quarterback to go win games. You need a quarterback to not lose. Like, look at quarterbacks
Right.
that won Super Bowls. Like Joe Flacco won Super Bowls. Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls, for God's sake. Trent
Yeah.
Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Like, Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowl rings. That his brother has 1. That's like the most.
they just
that,
went
that
too
blows my
far.
fucking
Payne's got
mind.
2.
He went
Does he
too.
have 2?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I
Peyton,
forgot about that.
he
Yeah, he was
Right,
the
ducked
Colts
his
back
way
from
into
Broncos.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot
there's
about
another
the
good
Broncos.
example. Yeah, but that was
But
the
still,
blueprint.
Eli having 2 is like some blow your mind
Well,
type shit.
That's crazy.
The only thing I'll say for Flacco is he had the 3 greatest places games in a row ever, and then did nothing else.
So
And now
my
he's a
wife's
backup quarterback of the
Ravens
Jets.
fan, and she absolutely hates Flacco. Like she's like an old Cleveland Browns fan, like her family was, and then when they moved to Baltimore, she stayed with them. But she loves Flacco. Not really at all.
My favorite thing Joe Flacco ever did was like in his first game, he threw a pick and he just went and he did like a bootleg out and he was right by the blue mic and he yelled, "Oh shit!" It was a
I
was
remember
like,
when he got paid $100 million, and my wife was like, "What are they doing? They gave Joe Flacco $100 million. It was like a fake $100 million, if there is such a thing. But it really wasn't a $100 million contract. They made it sound a lot better than it was." Who's on the clock? So the
Carolina just picked, and I don't know who it is yet. Kelly's
I
pick is
forgot.
in,
I
so
completely forgot about Carolina. Because now we're back to like Giants Jets situation, right?
it's Giants, Atlanta, Seattle, Jets, then the top 10.
Wait, the Giants don't the Jets are ahead of them or after the Giants next?
The
I'm
Jets
like don't have the
10th.
draft board in front of me. All right.
It's so after Carolina picks, it's the Giants, then the Falcons, and the Seahawks, then the Jets again.
I did have like the draft board, but being such a degenerate, I'm like watching this baseball game and it like clicked off my draft board. Damn.
It's good. You haven't missed much anyway.
No, like they take forever. It's because the first round is like
Well,
it's more about being a
probably
show.
Oh well, so is the second and third round, but it's worse than second and third rounds because they're so fast. Like they'll be like 7 picks behind in the second round.
Well, I get annoyed a little bit watching because I watched the whole draft. Is that when you get to like day 3, 15 picks will go by and they're
They're talking about Jim Bob.
they're not talking about it. They're talking about all kinds of other shit.
They're picking 105 and then they're talking about pick 90.
If I'll tell you what, if Carolina doesn't take Hamilton, the Eagles got to get up there and get him. They got to jump ahead of the Giants and get Hamilton.
Well,
Oh,
the
my
Giants are picking
I would think the
next.
Giants have to go tackle. The Giants have to go tackle next, right?
I mean, that's not bad. Pick them, get both sides, anchor both sides of the ball. Why the hell not? I mean, Andrew Thomas isn't bad. He just does everything really good. Just nothing cool shit.
Evan Neal's still there. Like
Evan Neal.
Cross.
The other Ikem, what's his name there? The offensive lineman from NC State's there.
Yeah, there's 3 go tackles. Like, man, oh my gosh, if Hamilton somehow slips to the Eagles, I'm going to streak naked down this dark street. I'm wherever the hell I'm at in Pennsylvania.
I will record
Right outside of Philly.
and I will record it and have 0 regrets.
Man, I'll hold my phone out with the flash on, running, streaking naked, screaming, "Yeah, Eagles!" I'll be chanting "Fly Eagles Fly," running around in the middle. I'm like, so, Marilyn, aren't you from like the Philly area?
Yeah.
So, you know New Hope?
Yes.
So it's like a ritzy town. That's where I am.
Oh, you're in New Hope. Okay.
So if I ran streak down naked down this area, I would
They might
probably
shoot
get
you.
arrested. No,
you like-
this is like the ritzy area.
No, I'm at
Yeah,
the.
New
Sort of like
Hope
$1
is,
million house.
Yeah, exactly.
I can the guy that they just took the offensive tackle from NC State, so he's not going anywhere.
That's who Carolina.
Carolina did. Yep.
So the
Carolina's
Giants,
still on board.
have to go. Oh, they're walking. I think they're walking my son out. Where the heck is my
Me.
damn kid? But yeah, I'm in New Hope. So if I streaked out naked, no, not getting shot. There's two things that could happen to me. I would either get hit on by a guy, or
Oh,
police
boy.
called,
Yeah,
or
there goes our
You're-
G-rating.
or both.
or both. Yes, or all the above. You know, New Hope's an interesting place. But the one thing is, I'm seriously. I wish I could had better lighting. The house I'm looking at looks like a house one of these first guys in the first round are going to pick. Just, I drive away from here and I feel very poor because it's
It's
beautiful
only
house.
money. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. That's what people like us who don't have money
That's what
think
people
about it,
who
but
don't
people
have
like
money
Absolutely.
say.
Yeah, that's not what people with this house have. I'm sure they love the fact that they have lots of money.
Yeah.
I'm like staring at this house. I'm like, wow. And I don't even know what the people
This guy's.
think.
I mean, I know it's an offensive line, but this guy's God. He's like built like a house.
Dude, these O linemen are freaking
Well, the scariest
unbelievably
thing about-
large and fast nowadays.
Yeah, it's scary. These guys are like, yeah, this guy is like 6'7", he's like 330, and he's like, he runs the sub 540. He ran on a track team.
You sure he
The offensive
ran
lineman-
on he wasn't
Yeah,
on the field part?
Maybe he was
No,
like
no,
the Warren boy.
no, he was on the track team as a runner.
Oh, you don't see that every day.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't. Well, it's like our good buddy, yours, and my good buddy Shelton Benjamin. He was a national champion wrestler in Minnesota, and he also was a 100-meter guy.
Well, if you're a wrestler, you can do anything. That's what I
I
believe.
agree with that.
Yeah, Shelton
And let's
Benjamin
see if
running
Josh
track
is a-
surprises me a lot less than an offensive lineman running track.
But still,
Yeah, no, I will say this:
heavyweight
offensive
wrestler.
lineman running track's crazy. I'm actually got light in the car now because I got this Sports Encyclopedia AC Sports with me now. You're gonna have to keep me updated,
boy.
Scott, on like what's going on.
Sure. Do you hear me, Josh? We got you.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Holy crap! It's a Christmas miracle. Perfect timing.
Right after the Panthers
So you-
picked, right?
yeah, of course. You like the pick? First offensive player taken?
yes. I was hoping for an offensive lineman for sure.
Then you got a tree
Yeah.
that can run. And
Yeah.
it's local too.
Yep. Added bonus.
I wonder who the Giants are taking here. I hope they take Cal Hamilton to just piss off Nick, just for the record. Yeah, we said Devin
Yeah,
was on
but
here for a little
don't
bit.
you want him? Don't you want him to go streaking through New Hope though?
I kind of do too. Like, it's like a win-win. Like, I don't know what to do right now. I'm conflicted majorly.
You know, I had you on mute there for a second, but the streaking naked came up, and I
No,
want me to streak
I-
naked
I-
through New Hope too.
I said I was literally torn between whether or not the Giants take Kyle Hamilton to piss off Nick, or to actually have the Giants. Or
They're gonna take a lineman.
Eagles champion.
I think the Giants
I mean-
they're gonna take Neo.
I'm not mad with that pick at all. If they take him, I mean that's a great pick for them.
They have to protect Dave Jones. Like, what happened to NFL teams like helping out their quarterbacks? Poor Sunshine does not want a DN pick with the first pick. He wanted an offensive lineman.
Oh, he absolutely did.
I just think the edge rushers, defensive linemen,
Especially-
I'll say it,
Well,
overrated.
I mean, the worst thing for me for the guy they took too is the fact that like he's a 1-year prof phenom.
And he was on a
and
team with
on a
like
st-
10 other dudes
on
that were
a-
studs. You know,
Yeah,
George
on a
was so good.
defense line.
Oh my gosh, I just got an alert that said the Eagles are taking Kenny Pickett. You want to talk about the opposite of streaking? I will smash my phone against my car window if the Eagles draft Kenny Pickett. If I suddenly just disappear, it's because you hear and with wherever the Eagles are 15, with the 15th pick, the Eagles pick from the University of Pittsburgh, then that's be the end of the connection.
It's
Would it
the
be,
the tail. It's the tale of two picks.
Yeah.
If here's the second,
Streaking or
and we,
busting my phone.
and we got the Giants' second pick now.
Evan Neal. Telling you, it's an O tackle. Has to be.
Yep, good call.
Like I said, I love the pick for them. I mean, the term dancing bear is used around a lot of big players from the NFL, but he's a dancing bear. He's like 6'7", he's 335, plays usually around 360. Oh boy, we got a video from Nick now.
That term's thrown around a lot. I have never once heard anybody refer to as a dancing bear.
They usually use it for like the really, really big offensive line, like McKay Becton, or defensive, or the big nose tackles too. Yeah, 6'7.5", 337.
Dancing bear. Yep, that's a new one for me.
Dancing bear. Is that what you referred to Evan Neal as, a dancing bear?
Yes.
I would just call him a big human.
Yeah, that's true too. I don't know if Josh can hear my parrot laughing behind me, but she is.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah, that's my parrot laughing at like hi Nick, because she can't. It's nothing personal, Nick.
What? I don't mind. I'm a funny guy. I want your parrot to laugh at me.
It's okay. She also laughed when Mike Smith threw a pick against the Bills earlier this year for the Jets, which made me laugh harder because it's funny. And Atlanta takes anyone. Like, I don't know. I really don't. Do they take a quarter? Do they take Kyle Kennebec? I don't know what Atlanta does. They have so many needs.
If Kyle Hamilton slips past the Falcons, Howie Roseman's dumbass better get on the phone and make a trade. There was a lot of talk that Seattle was like a pivot point because a lot of teams were trying to call him to move up. I think the Falcons. I mean, they could go quarter. I mean, they might go quarterback. They could literally go anywhere and it would make sense. Like, I don't know a place where they're strong on a team at all. You driving down the subject of the NFL draft? Yeah, I'm sort of. I got AC with me. He's my. What's up, AC? I was just. Yeah, I don't know if you can see him. I was just showing him that the Sixers are beating the Raptors by 21.
Yeah, where was this? I'm just gonna throw this out there. I went to Game 5. Worst fucking waste of $100 that I have ever spent in my life. They did not even show up to play. It was embarrassing. It was horrible. Like, and like, we were gonna get a suite. We were gonna get a suite to go to the Game 5. And we were spent like $1,000. It was a couple of us, and I'm sure that was the smartest move I made. 100%. Like, they were awful. 100%. They came out the exact opposite how you're supposed to come out. Yep. Horrible game. I figured they're gonna blow it now. They literally opened the game. Their one possession opened the game, had the lead. They never led for the rest of the game. And not only did they not, like, I was saying to a friend of mine, I was like, listen, sometimes you lose games. It happens. It's, if they had lost the game, but it was a competitive game, that would have been one thing. The fact that they didn't even show up to play, that was an entirely different thing. Yeah, so, like, I don't know why they just decided that they didn't care to close out a game at home in front of a wild crowd that has been waiting over a decade to see a Sixers team like this. Yeah, totally embarrassing.
I think Atlanta's trying to trade this pick. Because usually, even if they're on delay, like from the pick, because they want to talk like they do. Okay, never mind. They must have heard me because they made a pick. Because they'll say like pick's been traded, pick's in, and they'll just keep talking to like, oh wait, we got Roger's walking on stage. Oh, he's announcing the pick.
I love how quickly Detroit got their pick in. I have never seen before. So literally seconds after.
They were streaking naked. Yeah. They were happy when Hutch started that too. They were going ballistic.
Oh, for sure. He was their guy, 100%.
Yeah, okay, the only position they will not take in the first round is tight end. And we're losing Nick. And this is why we wear headsets, everyone. Like Josh had the smart one, a headset on.
Going to the Lions. I mean, I feel bad for him. He's going to the Lions, but
yeah, Josh, you missed Devin O'Barr by about like 3 minutes.
Man,
Like I said, it was like
Yeah.
a mini rat. It was like a rat reunion.
I think
Yeah, I
it
know
was.
you had tech.
I was listening to the show for a while, and then until I started trying to get on, and then it took me 15 minutes to do that. But yeah, I was
Well,
listening to you.
I think Mary Lee would kill for 15 minutes to get on our show.
Listen, today, like I tech problems. I
I was
always
gonna-
have tech problems, but
I
today I
literally was
literally
gonna-
like fell asleep right before I was supposed to get on.
I was gonna ask you to like turn your computer on like it's 7:30 in the morning.
The
Just to be
problem was
safe.
it's been on all day. I literally use that computer for work. Wow, interesting pick.
Wow.
It's been on all day.
Wow. Holy shnikes. Did
Not
not see that
see
coming.
that one coming.
Drake London, receiver USC. He was like a top 25.
Listen, they
pick.
said that a lot of people said the Falcons were going to go wide receiver, and a lot of
Yeah,
people believe Drake
he's
London
not
is
my
the
number
best wide
one.
receiver there. Who like
He's like
I like the overlay. I like both Ohio State receivers ahead of him, but
I yeah. I like both Ohio State receivers. Hell, I like that Penn State receiver too. Not to be like
Doc,
like
oh my-
Nick Sego,
he's going to get paid by the
Dotson-
Chiefs.
if he
Yes,
makes it that far.
he's the real
Like,
deal. But
Jameson Williams is the best receiver in this draft class, no matter what. I don't care if he's coming from an ACL tear. He's ahead of schedule. He's gonna be 100% by training.
man, I'm always afraid of drafting like guys with any like ACL knee things because everybody's like ahead of schedule and they'll talk about new medicine and how fast guys are coming back, but there always seems to be issues. Or maybe that's just when the Eagles
Well,
draft them. I'm not sure, but that's how it seems.
It's just the Eagles taking a receiver. Let's just be real here, because it's the next receiver taking it's better.
Or it's the Eagles' lack of being able to take a receiver. They wouldn't be
Or
in like
that.
their fourth or fifth year of needing wide receivers if they just took Justin Jefferson when he fell in their laps or DK Metcalf instead of JJ Arcega-Whiteside and
Or both.
punt return.
Well, but here's the thing though, and like the Jefferson one is more egregious. The DK
Oh my gosh.
pick, I'm always willing to
Every-
give the Eagles a pass on that one because
everyone passed on him?
team passed on DK. But you mentioned JJ, so I'm just going to put this out there because I think this is hilarious. Not only
Just make
is
him
this team so bad that they can't find a wide receiver, they will not. Howie Roseman, that is his line in the sand. He is so attached to JJ because he knows that he messed that pick up.
You-
Instead of
you-
cutting the man, they're turning
They're
him
moving
into
to tight
tight end.
I
you
know.
know-
When I
okay,
saw that, I
okay.
was like, oh my
you,
god.
you know what's even worse? It's like they don't have a true tight end on the team then, because they're going to turn him into tight end. And they got the old UB quarterback. Yes, quarterback playing tight end too. Big guy. He's got the strongest arm in football. I will die on that hill saying that. God, what's his name? I just blanked on it. He's like 6'7". He's a quarterback.
He's a
follow me on
quarterback. He
Instagram, too.
plays tight end.
He was a college quarterback at UB.
Lane Johnson was a quarterback in college.
Gosh, the Eagles just love projects. They
No,
love
well, Lane Johnson
converting
was a
players.
quarterback in college, and then he was a quarterback at JUCO, and then he was a tight end at Oklahoma, and then at Oklahoma got moved from tight end to O tackle. And I think that was a good move since he's one of the best offensive linemen in football.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that one worked out. The Jordan Mailata thing, that could still work out.
I don't know, like he's starting. The Eagles picked him up in like what they
Tyree
traded him in
Jackson.
the 7th round.
Something like that.
Yeah, Tyree Jackson was a quarterback in college, and he was a quarterback for 1 year in the NFL. Like he was like on the Bills practice squad, and now you're moving him to tight end because he's 6'7" and 260. Like I said, he's got like the strongest arm you'll ever see.
Who's since I'm at not in front of a
Seattle's
TV,
on the
which
clock
I wish
right
I
now.
was. Who's on?
Seattle.
The Seahawks are.
I'm telling you, they're shopping this pick. Like I said, there's been talk like for the last 3 days that they've been hearing
The
multiple
Seahawks
offers.
have to go Hamilton. No, they're going Hamilton to replace. Who did they trade?
They traded for the. Are they going quarterback?
Who did they or Bobby Hunt? Corner?
Nick, they might be. They traded. They don't have a quarterback right now other than Geno Smith. Yeah, they traded for Adams. The the safety
Man,
from the
Hamilton's
Jets.
getting closer and closer to the Eagles, so I'm getting pretty excited.
I think the reason why he's falling too is because like he had a pretty like I heard he had pretty bad like pro day and like he just struggled. So like I think that's why he's falling out.
I'm great. I'm totally cool with that. If the
Still gotta
Ravens,
make best of the Jets.
the-
Don't be surprised the Jets take him in 10th. I mean, it's the Jets. I mean, they lost. Okay, let's trade away our Jamal Adams. That was his name. Let's trade him away for 2 second round picks. Okay, you have no one back there. Like, oh, we have Marcus May. Oh, we're not gonna extend him. He goes to New Orleans. What are you doing? So don't be surprised if it's something like that where they go cornerback safety and just like, okay, we think we got the back of our end covered, kind of. Man, Seattle's taking their time.
I wish.
Are you watching that? I see. Well, hey, we got him back. Devin's back. He's just muted at the moment. So
I wish
everyone
my favorite team was so good that they picked at the end of the first round, like the Bills. But no, the Eagles suck.
Yeah. Sorry, you can't be super cool like us.
The Eagles are in that purgatory right now where you're
And that's
good
where they
enough.
didn't want to be.
Yeah, you're
I
good
know.
Seals
enough that
picks
you
in.
make the playoffs, but you're still bad that you get like a middle of the line. I mean, we were fortunate to have 3 first round draft picks. That was just a testament of, Howie Roseman.
Great trades.
The man can't draft, but
He can
sometimes
trade.
he manages
He's
to
awesome.
pull off. Oh yeah, he manages to pull off trades. Like the Carson Wentz trade worked out swimmingly for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliantly, that trade. Didn't think it
Just
at the
pure, like,
time. Like when
ROI.
we first traded him, I was like, let's see how this goes. We're going with this unproven guy, and whether Jalen Hurts is the answer is immaterial. The fact that Carson Wentz was terrible, but he played. The Colts let him play all the snaps that they needed to play, and we got that pick.
Didn't
And
they
then we were able to leverage that into a good trade with the Saints, I think, to keep
Oh, yeah,
that
they
draft
got
capital
a
going over the
haul
next
from the
couple years.
Saints. Yeah, no,
Didn't-
he's
didn't
great
they-
at wheeling and dealing. Can't draft for shit.
Didn't someone in Philly have a Wentz tracker for the number of snaps he was taking?
Oh yeah, Bleeding Green
I mean,
Nation.
Yeah, I'm
That's what I
absolutely
thought.
positive that there was probably millions of thousands of people tracking exactly how many snaps Wentz had. I mean, I wasn't tracking it, but I was definitely paying attention because I knew it would be for that poor guy, man, going to Washington now. Feel bad for him. I really liked Wentz.
Yeah, it's a
he-
shame that he didn't turn out.
Yeah, as my son
And-
just pointed out to me, we named my 3rd child after him, which is, we really did. He has a
It's
little brother
okay,
named Carson. That's real.
Well,
That was a real.
it's
story.
okay. It's if you want to feel better about it, guys. There's an AC and Nick. My stepsister, my half sister's brother on the other side. Her youngest brother named his 3rd son Brady after Brady Quinn.
Oof.
Oh, okay. I feel a lot better about Carson Wentz.
All
now.
right, that person needs to start telling people that they named the kid after Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Yeah, that's what I would have went with. I would go with that.
Yeah,
I
well,
would
It
tell
sounds a heck of a lot better. Whether you like him or hate him, sounds a heck of a lot better.
Nobody could have
Yeah,
thought
'cause
Brady
he
Quinn
wa-
was any good. Like he was horrible.
It's okay, Smith. It's because the Browns are the Browns. I
They're
don't know
they're
if Devin's
turning
having problems. He and the Seattle Seahawks take.
I think we're not giving them a chance to speak. We're very animated.
Wow. Wow.
I want to
Who'd
get
they
our
take?
other guest in here. I want to be a
Seattle
good
took
co-host.
Charles Cross, offensive tackle.
Just sit back and
love the
listen.
pick.
There you go, Josh. Give us
Devin-
your thoughts.
My thoughts. Yeah, this is another guy the Panthers were in play for. Yeah, that's a good pick for Seattle, I think.
Yeah,
Now,
these
who
offensive linemen. I mean,
Now,
Sorry, go
who
ahead.
they're going to be protecting, I don't know. I guess
That's what I was gonna say. Who's their
Scott
quarterback?
doesn't have any faith in Drew Lock as their quarterback, but
I've seen Drew Lock play enough. I definitely don't have faith in Drew Lock. I think I would trust like Nick and his old ass right now to play quarterback better for the Seahawks.
Well,
Since
he's the
we'll,
lowest one in
the
we'll,
group right
we'll
now.
have to
I
have
still
him
can
take
play a
his
little
40
bit.
time when he streaks across the field.
That's
When
true.
he streaks through New Hope, tell him to set a stopwatch.
I'm almost
He's
home
gonna-
now, so I'll be streaking
Yeah.
through Levittown here in a second. if Kyle Hamilton gets drafted, I'll be able to see it live. I'll stream through my damn house. There'll be lighting,
Oh,
and it'll be up forever.
and we do have Devin O'Bar back, thankfully, because we
It's-
did like we were
it's-
like dipping down on the energy a little.
It's Pete
Really?
Carroll, man. They're gonna run the ball 40 times a game anyway. It doesn't really matter. Ridiculous. That
Yeah,
guy was
like-
stuck in
run the ball
1995.
except when it counts.
I also think he also smokes
Yeah.
like 3 packs sick. I think I've told Mary Lee this. I've told friends this that they're pretty close. But like I think Pete Carroll smokes like 3 packs of cigarettes a day the way he chews that gum.
Yeah,
'Cause he mashes the hell out of that gum.
he just needs to go. Like he's got to just hang it up. He's not. I can't believe he survived that dumpster fire of the season they had.
Me too. I was
What are they
out.
doing? What are they doing over there? I don't understand. Like, what? You're just kind of. I don't know. That's an organization. I don't know. They drafted. Talk about the Eagles bad drafting. The Seahawks might actually draft worse than the Eagles.
Because their theory
It's
is more is
close.
more. It's
I'm really
I saw-
trying to
I-
mute myself, but to call anyone worse drafting than the Eagles, I have to jump
It's been
in
a
there. Howie
decade of
Roseman is
just.
the king
I
of
I
shitty
give you
drafting.
I give you the New York Jets, by the way.
Yeah.
Howie can't draft. He's going to prove it again here soon. Very soon.
Yeah. The wide
Come to a
receivers.
TV
are
near
just-
you.
That's so. The Rager after Arthiega Whiteside, or however you say his name, that's brutal,
Yeah,
man.
it's JJ Arthega-Whiteside. It's like embedded in my brain forever.
That's
Justin
brutal. Him and
Jefferson one.
Well,
Laura's
good news.
right.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson one is worse because Justin Jefferson falls in your lap. Everybody had Justin Jefferson mocked to the Eagles. He
Yeah.
falls in your lap. You pick a punt returner from TCU. What? In
because his dad was an Eagle, wasn't he?
the,
His
Rager?
dad like worked with the Eagles or something like that. It's some
think-
bullshit nepotism. Like they knew his
Or
dad really
it
well.
could be Howie Roseman was
Come on.
dropped on his head. a
Screw this
lot.
up, Jets. Just carry on your tradition, picking like pick like
You were saying Hamilton
I-
earlier, right, Scott?
yeah, I was at that. My
Just-
guys go back
just-
and
To put them,
Hamilton-
yeah, that would be pretty interesting.
get you get Hamilton and Sauce back there. There's your secondary. Then again, they'll probably won't resign him in 4 years. but
Yeah,
it's not
I
the
don't
point.
think they'll take a wide receiver.
You got to go punter here at 10.
Yeah, they're gonna take Matt Azaria from San Diego State. I was joking, said the Jaguars should take a pick 1, just screw everyone up.
They took a
All right, I'm home
guard
now.
last year
Now I
in
can
the
actually
first
see a
round,
TV.
didn't they?
Yeah, they took they had 2 picks last year.
They traded up for that guard,
Yeah.
Vera Tucker, right?
Yeah, and they took Becton too, and Becton just vanished.
That's right. So they probably, I mean,
They're trying-
they could go O-line.
They're trying to trade Becton right now, apparently, because his
I don't
work
know.
ethics. Well, let's just say bad. We'll be nice and say bad.
I mean, I'm forced to root for Devin Lloyd. Maybe Devin Lloyd here at 10. It's a little early for a linebacker.
Yeah, not in the linebacker in this class. Yeah, I agree. It's way too early. I think it's picks. If I had to put money on it, it's Hamilton.
That would be interesting.
Take-
2 DBs.
Take a
Top 10.
quarterback. Really screw everything up. I don't care that you've got what's his name? One of your guy from BYU. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. God, the quarterback they took last year, number 2. I saw him play twice.
Zach Wilson.
Chad
Yeah,
Pennington.
thank you. Yeah, he's basically like, I mean, like he's got some good stuff, but it's like, God, he looked like a deer in headlights in Week 18 versus Buffalo. Like he kept running backward.
Yeah, very Johnny Manziel qualities. Although he did have some good games, but
Oh, he has flashes of greatness. There's no question,
Yeah.
but there's like flashes.
too many Johnny Manziel flashbacks. Probably because isn't he number 2 too? Doesn't help.
Garrett Wilson, there's the receiver.
Interesting.
I like it.
It's a hell of
Like
an
I
outfit.
really do. I think he dressed in the dark, Devin. What do you think?
Yeah,
That's unique.
it's like a crisscross. That's a 90s right there.
That's almost
Crisscross
like
will make you
Deion's.
jump.
That reminds me of like Dion's outfit. I think was like that.
That's 2 whiteouts. London.
Yep. There's been 2 wideouts. There's been 3, and the greatest team name in sports history, the Washington Commanders. If you don't believe me, just ask the greatest wrestler of all time, the Iron Sheik. What do you think of it? I would quote it, but I'd be thrown off as it. That's all I'm gonna say.
This is
Did you just say
Hamilton, right?
she the best wrestler? Was that? I'm
I was
like,
being very best wrestler. I'll rephrase it, best wrestler on social media. Like I can't repeat it because Josh will probably smack me with like almost swear I won't be using. if you don't follow Iron Sheik, God, it's gold. It's hilarious because he hates like, everything and everyone.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with the type of things he would say, so I can only
Yeah,
imagine.
Josh, don't worry, I won't quote him. I promise you that.
Oh, you're good.
So the biggest
Yeah, I
surprise so
think-
far probably is Houston taking. I guess I'm still floored that Houston took Stingley over Sauce.
do you know my
Just
Kyle
the
Hayes
corner there. Yeah.
right here in about 6 minutes and 17 seconds?
That's about right.
This has got to be Hamilton, right?
Yeah, it does. It is gonna. My heart is about to break. I know it.
Yeah.
Just to stick it to like just stick it to Nick.
We got so
They
close.
already have Carson Wentz, and now they're
So
gonna
close.
get Kyle Hamilton. Yeah, gosh darn it.
No, we got so close.
It's usually how it goes, right? I remember the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
It's every year, like the year the Packers were right ahead of us, and they got Amos, I believe, was safety from Penn State. It was someone, and we needed a safety. Every year, it's like, except that one year.
Washington's trade. Like, hold on, shh, Nick. Sorry to cut you off. Washington just traded the pick too. Said the Saints traded up.
Oh wow.
They're good. I think they got to be going quarterback. That's my
Yeah.
guess. Pick it.
Yeah,
Well,
you
yeah.
don't trade
Now
Why would you trade up?
4
They don't-
spots.
they gave up so much draft capital with the Eagles already. Like, how much more do they have left?
4
Wait, the Saints
spots,
traded
man.
up. Well,
Yeah.
again, your Bears
Like,
traded.
do
what,
they
six?
really
Like,
think
you can go
that-
first?
Minnesota. Well,
Well,
I
it
guess
was a
Houston
quarterback.
could, if they are going to go quarterback, I guess the only other team would be Houston that might potentially snake them in that regard. Minnesota's not taking a quarterback.
They're not. They couldn't-
Washington's not taking one. Although, you know what? Carson Wentz is used to it. So,
He doesn't kill. I
I
don't
have
think
no clue.
they traded up for a quarterback.
I've
They traded up for another position.
or
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
they
a-
traded
that's a-
for. Unless they
that's a
sit
lot,
like
though.
Malik Willis for like. Unless they take sit like Malik for 2 years to sit behind Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I
I-
think it's got to be a
Into the
quarterback.
show that the best fit for Willis was behind Jameis Winston on the New Orleans Saints,
Yeah.
but not at
Yeah.
11. Not at 11.
Get
That's
him
a
in a
horrible-
dome. Yeah, get him in a dome. Let him play on a fast track. I could see that.
It's a very, very
Mhm.
quiet stadium, especially when they're jaded. Just so you know, that same like that same Thanksgiving, that same got so quiet so fast.
Oh yeah,
The Bill Saints game,
yeah.
You know,
You
Do you
guys rolled
that
him,
place,
right?
that place ruined me for food though. I have to say, and I want to go back badly. I had the best fish taco with shrimp tacos ever. I had with collard greens, man, it's so good. Yes, we're talking about food outside of the draft podcast because I love it. And they said New Orleans, gotta go back. And I also won
As long as the
$200 at
lights
the
stayed
blackjack
on.
table. That's true. If I'm glad they stayed on because I've probably gotten 50 text messages from all my friends at Golf Channel saying, "Why the hell are you at the game?" No, without them knowing I'm at the game. That's how they know. That happened during the Super Bowl. Like why are you New Orleans? I'm like, no, I'm here sitting down having a beer.
the Saints, there's no pot. Like, they have no draft capital left. But I don't know what they traded to get up, but they traded a bunch to the Eagles, and now they traded to jump up to 11. They
Wait,
can't
what they
then
trade?
float around.
Wait,
Like, who gonna go quarterback here for? Like, they're really gonna do that?
Forgive the concussion. What they give to the Eagles? I'm blanking at the moment.
bunch.
They gave them a 1 and
And
an
next
extra.
year's one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
but
yeah,
that-
yeah, duh. I just blanked. I'm sorry, blanked on that whole pick swapping thing. That flicks on cluster. Unless they gave up one of their first. No, I don't think they trade both first round picks. So
Yeah, I mean 4 spots in the first
Yeah.
round.
yeah,
No, it's more than
That's
that.
like-
It's 5 spots.
Yeah, they also got
So-
a third. Who's got a third, a first? They pick swap, and then they gave up a lot to the Eagles to get in there. Like, they gave the Eagles up a lot. I don't know what they could have traded to the Washington, whatever, the Commanders. So weird saying that.
I wonder if it's Pickett, Scott, to your point earlier, that he's
Yeah,
rising up draft
it's-
boards.
it's-
I wonder if it's Pickett.
with the tiny hands.
which would be interesting. Yeah.
He's the pro ready, but like there's the upside. We were talking about that earlier. It's just not there. When you have Jameis Winston, I just can't
Unless
see-
Mrs. The only thing I think is Mrs. Benson thinks they've got like Drew Brees 2.0 in them.
And that division is just, I mean, Brady's going to play whenever, but once he's gone, geez, that division is terrible. Carolina's bad. Atlanta's going to be bad. It's terrible.
If Brady ever retires,
he's gonna retire after this year, I think. But I
Okay,
thought
Josh, I'm a Bears fan, so it's okay. I have no hierarchy to stand on. Trust me. And Steve Smith broke my heart, and Jake Delhomme back in whenever how old I was. Still not over that.
Yeah,
Jake, sir,
I was
Jake, I
thinking
should have
of
stayed home.
Mary Lee talking earlier about the Eagles being in purgatory where they can make the playoffs. I wish I was in a purgatory where my team can make
Yeah,
the
we're in
playoffs.
hell. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in hindsight, it is better to be in the middle because then you at least feel like you're watching games for something. Like eventually, the Jaguars have to get good. Eventually, you can't pick first 2 years in a row and second
They'll have
before
one
that.
team
And like,
Theoretically.
yeah, like you can't be
Yeah.
bad forever with all of those top
Like in
level picks.
17 when they were a play away from AFC Championship
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
They were playing
That's
for
the Bears.
Super
They have
Bowl, and
one
just-
good season
they had
every
a
10 years.
gigantic lead, and they just blew against New England. They got cocky.
Yeah.
I went to high
that was the
school.
Bears.
I went to high school with one of the Jaguars.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
a
not hearing
backup
anything right now about like what the compensation is.
offensive lineman.
Oh yeah, that's
He
cool.
he can play several different positions. Tyler Shatley. He may be the longest tenured Jaguar. I don't know. He just keeps signing with them. But he was like an undrafted free agent. He graduated the year after I did. Probably the best football player in the history of our school.
Very cool.
It's a shame he's been stuck with the Jaguars.
Yeah, at least he's getting some money.
That's
Yeah,
true.
he's always free in December. That's for sure.
I'm so
He's
slow
on for the
that-
holidays.
I'm so slow. Some of the guys that Jaguars signed this year. I'm sorry, my audio cut out. So
Oh yeah, those
I
wide
didn't hear
receivers.
half of it,
Yeah,
but, like could-
I think it's Pickett. I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's Pickett.
I have no earthly clue who it is.
if it's a quarterback, it's got to be Willis because you have Jameis Winston. Pickett is who he
Low
is.
ceiling.
Ready.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not going to get any better. If you want a quarterback to sit behind Winston a year or two, Willis is the guy.
Yeah, and like I thought he was the best quarterback. this
especially in
draft
that dome. Yeah, it is a good fit. It really is. Something's just telling me Pickett.
If it's, that'd be a bad pick.
So no quarterback in the top 10. It's got to be the first one.
And they gave up the 16, 98, and 104, something like that. They gave up the 16, the 98, and 120 to move up.
That's not horrible, I'll say.
But how
And
much do they have for the next 2
Sure.
years?
Oh, I know. Well, because you saw this year, draft capital means shit. Because look at the Rams. They have a 4th and 6th this year.
Yeah, because free agency's become the new draft. That's just how it's been. How crazy that free agency was this year. It's not going to change. Guys are going to no.
I napped. Did the Buffalo sign anyone?
So I just Googled that question, by the way, Devin. 2013, the Bills selected EJ
Yeah,
Manuel
E.J.
with
Manuel.
the 16th pick, and
Yeah,
that
I
was
remember
the
that. I was at that draft.
last
We were all
time
sitting-
that a QB wasn't picked in the top 10.
and
yeah, that's
that's the year.
interesting.
That's the year Geno Smith stormed out, raised to music hall, and they had like basically called him
Yes.
back saying, "Hey."
Yes.
And I was there for that because I won the GMC contest and was getting nicely loaded in the VIP area.
Holy shit.
Wow, Manuel
Yeah.
was the only quarterback taken in the first round that
Yeah.
year.
Yes,
Was that
yeah.
Eric Fisher draft? Was that when he was like
Yes.
number 1 or
Yeah.
number 2? Yeah.
Yeah,
Terrible
this was
draft.
it was the year. It was like this year. It's like no, oh my god, we should take this guy.
Yeah. EJ Manuel was terrible.
I mean, it could be where. I mean, he was like someone for our site I used to write for, edit for, I should say, did a top 5 like worst Bill first round picks, and he had the EJ's like 2. I'm like, are you high? I can name like 10 way worse than him. He was bad, playing bad. Don't get me wrong, but it was a lot worse.
What about Loserman?
Listen, the Vikings just traded with
He
the
was-
Lions.
I see that.
Oh
Wow.
no shit. Well, they're coming back for a quarterback. They have to
Third-
be.
234 and 60.
Well, all right.
Wow,
Saints
like
went wide
receiver.
receiver.
Wow.
I thought they were going quarterback. This
So
is how you
now-
can tell that it's not a good quarterback draft.
Yeah, that's true.
He's really a wide receiver.
I'm surprised there's only been
Three
two. I'm surprised,
wideouts.
I'm surprised there's been 3 wideouts and there's only been 2 cornerbacks. I'm kind of surprised by that.
This kid's the real deal. Like if Winston can
Oh, yeah.
add quarterback, he's got and Michael Thomas comes back and plays. They have 2 really good wide receivers.
So Minnesota traded with they traded with who? Oh yeah,
Detroit.
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 Oh, they can't be going back for a quarterback.
Maybe
Did they do this for Hamilton?
probably
I would,
That's
Getting
a
close to the
lot
Eagles.
for
Okay.
Hamilton, but
but Jesus, you're getting a top 5 player possibly. You
Right.
He's a
right.
He's a linebacker playing safety.
It's like, holy cow, we thought about him at 2. He's still there at 12. Let's do this.
I'm just like I had like the Kyle Hamilton countdown going on, and now the Lions are going to go jump up and get him.
That's just
Although
that's just to
that's a-
piss you off, Nick.
It happens every year. The draft is like a painful experience for me every year.
Man, Detroit didn't screw around. They didn't mess around at all. They're like, okay, we're gonna take him.
I don't
you
think
were
Hamilton
talking-
past Baltimore anyway, but
But there's one sad thing about this whole thing, Devin, that if this is Kyle Hamilton here, we will not see Nick straight down some roads in Philadelphia.
the Lions taking Jamin, the wide receiver from Alabama.
Jameson Williams.
Yup.
Wow.
He's like
Okay.
I said. I know you. I'm
He's the best wide receiver in the draft. This is the ACL.
Oh,
does-
yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
ACL. I mean, it does take 2 years to fully heal, but like he is I mean, Nick's skeptical, but I've said he's ahead of schedule. He's supposed to be ready by training camp.
Well, there's no question if he doesn't get hurt in the national championship game that
Oh, he's a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
absolutely.
He's
I
probably
mean,
going to do.
sadly, has
he's
Jared
probably-
Goff passes, but
I
Yeah.
like Burks, man. I like Burks. He's gonna go
He's-
late when he's
Love
good teams
Burks.
too.
He's like a
I-
utility guy. Like he does like everything.
Yeah, I
That-
think he's
He's huge too. He's like 6'3".
he's got to go to the
30.
right team though, as all these guys do. But if he goes to the right team, it's almost better
Look.
to go late in the draft too. You're not dealing with all these
Yeah,
bullshit
and you're going to a good
Lions.
yeah, you're
Right.
going to a team. I love Burks too. He was. I don't know why he dropped down.
Yeah, I don't either. He kept going further and further, like
He's going to go
teens
to.
to
Hey,
20s.
I think it's just 'cause people kept on going up. It wasn't him like falling down. It was people just kept on jumping him.
Yeah, could be.
look, you know what? It has to be.
Good old Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett sitting there waiting to be not drafted.
The best, the best draft player, the best player ever for the draft. And this me being a homer, and I don't care. Is Thurman Thomas. If you can find the video of him on his draft day, he fell asleep on ESPN.
Oh my gosh. First
Well, he
round?
get picked up. So he was picked like late second round because he got hurt. Like he had a 20 ACL, so no one's taking him. They saw everything. ESPN, we saw everything in his fridge. It's like he's like,
Oh,
you saw,
wait.
like,
They're moving up to 13.
who is?
The Eagles. What? That can't be real.
Let me see if I can confirm that for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're talking about it. I just heard what's his face say it.
The Eagles are moving up to 13. Oh my God. Oh, please be. Oh,
Yeah.
please.
Yes,
That's why they're
yes,
doing
they
it.
did.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
He fell far enough. That's
But
why
I
they're
think,
doing
I think, I think Nick said it best. So I think because they were scared like Baltimore would take right ahead of them. Just
Yeah, Baltimore was. They
Yeah.
were. He wasn't getting past Baltimore. They draft 2. They're one of the best drafting teams in the NFL. Wow. Where
Announce the
is
goddamn pick.
it's the what? I'll pick it for you. I'll jump ESPN and tell you who the pick is. It's wide receiver James Williams from Alabama. I want to know what the
That's-
Eagles gave up to move up.
I mean, it was only from like what
Yeah, 15 to 13.
15, 12,
15,
maybe.
15 to 13. That's probably like a third, maybe at best.
Oh my gosh! If the Eagles get caught, oh my Lord! Please, Howie, pull this off.
That's a great trade for
Take it.
wow.
So
So Detroit gets a second pick next year. I like that trade.
So what did the Eagles give up more importantly? Because I know who the Lions are taking. So let's
AC,
figure.
they,
Eagles gave up.
they get AC Swartz in like a futures deal.
That'd be a pick. Oh
Make
man,
the goddamn.
it's wide receiver. How do I know? You know, ESPN.
Because they probably picked like 5 minutes ago and they just don't want to say anything.
Yeah, if y'all want spoilers, a friend of mine, there's this Twitter account. The handle is ML Football 2 that they're announcing all the picks
Okay.
about like 2 minutes
Okay,
before
Phil,
they.
I got your compensation. The Texans are getting 15, 124, 162, and 166 to move up 2 spots.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's a
They're getting the 15. What was the other
couple
one?
fourths.
124, 162, 166. I think it's 1/4 and 2/5.
If
Yeah,
Hamilton made that move and he gets Kyle Hamilton, I might like him again.
No, he made that move for Pickett. You know it.
Oh God!
Oh man,
If it's Pickett,
You
Oh,
know,
don't
put that juju
you know
out
he
there.
moved up. You know he moved up to take a guy that would have been there by the time he got there.
like you stole like my 60 seconds of just happiness, and it's gone.
It's
Yeah,
all
that's
the running back.
Now it's 4 minutes of
no. Brees Hall's coming to Buffalo. You know that.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that.
Oh, the pick is in.
And well, I'm sure they knew who they were taking. Yeah, they gave up 124,
Yeah.
162, and 166. I'm cool with that.
I was saying, Nick, I didn't stutter.
Yeah, no, that was great. No, listen,
me-
I'm,
no, no,
I'm nervous now
me.
that they're going to draft Kenny Pickett. That my brain is not
No,
turned.
No, it's gonna be Jordan Stout, punter from Penn State.
Yeah, that would. Kenny Pickett would not
Howie
shock me.
Roseman, all about
Punter.
making NFL
I
history.
quit.
Well, he would. No, the Raiders took a punter first round.
Did they really?
His name's Ray Guy.
They picked.
They picked Ray Guy in the first round.
Really, they picked him in the first round.
Yeah, I think it worked out for him. He's the only punter in the Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, I mean, like greatest punter of all time, but
Yeah,
still,
but he's going to be
he
picked.
would have been there.
He's
He would have been there.
Is he
In
the only
second.
special teamer in the Hall of Fame?
No, well, the kicker, what's his name? Morgan Anderson's in. Who's the other guy?
No
named
kick
kicker that's in?
returners, right? Hester would be the
No.
first one.
Yeah, Hester would be the first kick returner in.
I don't think my son knows the Eagles traded up. I gotta go tell him. Traded up.
Oh boy, I know the pick.
Don't say it.
Don't.
I'm not gonna.
No, I don't know it. I don't.
I need video of Nick's like heart to sink a little.
Please, don't mess. If this is Kenny Pickett, I swear to the Lord.
It's I'll tell you this
No.
much. It's not Kenny Pickett. I can promise you that.
Oh, damn it! It's the punter then.
Yes,
Sam
I'll
Howell.
be right-
Hey,
I'll be right back, guys.
It's a D lineman. Gosh darn it, he's going to pass on Hamilton. What an idiot!
Oh,
my!
now we get the Bills' customary commercial break. Look at that, Scott.
I know
No.
this. It's a D lineman. It's going to be the D tackle from Georgia, and so that's what they're going to do because Howie loves D tackles. Oh my gosh, I know it.
Well, in other news, the Sixers won by 35.
That's
God
good.
damn.
There's a positive.
So
Nice.
yeah.
why
showed
didn't they
up to
do that
play.
a game earlier there, Merlin?
I know. Yeah, they
Listen.
took 5 off.
I was
I need to-
mad. I mean, I'm still mad.
my
I
gosh,
wasted
they
a
are. They
lot of
drafted-
money on that game, but the mark of a great team, a good team versus a great team. The mark of a great team is the ability to come back from a loss like that and be resilient and rebound. And all three, Maxey 25, Harden 22, and Embiid 33. All of them played so much better than they did in that previous game. Now Harden had 15 assists too.
The Eagles drafted Jordan Davis,
Who?
D tackle from Georgia.
Oh, you know it for sure.
Yeah,
Is Cox still there?
yeah.
They
On a
brought
1
him
year.
back.
Yeah,
Gosh,
he's
I
there.
really thought this was going to be the year where Howie did it right.
No, I've said it all along. He loves D lineman. I don't get it. He's
Yeah,
like
he
fat.
really does. Don't
But
you guys
he-
have that sweat kid too from a couple years ago?
Every year the Eagles drafted D
Yeah.
lineman. Every year early. Then one year it was like the end of the first round. The Eagles choked, and they drafted the kid from Missouri that didn't do anything. I think it was Missouri. He had one good year, Vandy or something like that.
What
Damn.
happened to the do you remember
Jordan
the-
Matthews.
Do you remember Danny Watkins?
Yeah,
I remember I was there
Firefly.
for the Jamie Watkins pick. Yeah, they brought like the whole like New York State NYP and FDNY out and all that for that pick. By the way, this is the first time. we've
Wait a
had four
second. Who
receivers-
picks Baltimore, Houston? I was wondering if they might have picked this guy and then would have picked Hamilton, but I think they would have had to go in other order.
I was gonna say
Nah.
this is the first time in NFL draft history there's 4 receivers taken in the top 12.
Wow.
I can't believe. Holy shit! The Sixers kicked the crap out of the Raptors. You're right.
It's
No,
almost like they were playing the Bulls. Fucking Embiid goes nuts every time he plays the Bulls. It's insane.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
think
why.
40 points. Because we have
Like, there's-
nobody to defend him. It's terrible. We don't play defense. He's a
Hey, the
monster.
Raptors don't really have a big either. Like Siakam
Yeah.
is kind of, but
That's a
no,
gentleman's
I mean, he's
sweep,
still,
right? 4-1. Same thing.
Yes.
for the
No, this
Bulls.
was 4-2.
Oh, okay. A little
Yeah.
bit
Yeah,
more
4-1
fight than
4-1
the
the
Bulls.
gentleman's sleep.
Yeah.
So wait, does Nick know the pick? I
Yes.
would.
Yes, Nick knows the pick. It's a D tackle from
He's
Georgia.
he's not happy about it. No.
Well, good news, you can give him all the cheesesteaks you can eat.
Well, I mean, the thing I think it was like 8:01 when I got on here, and I said,
Yeah, about
"How
that.
goes Mr. Moron," which he's proven, and 2, I said he's in love with D tackles. Again, both things came true. He
Well,
drafted a
good
D
news-
tackle, and he's a moron.
Well, good news for Mary Lee. She doesn't like cheesesteaks. I mean, it's un-Philadelphian, but we won't go there. But like, there will be a shortage of.
True.
There'll be a,
It's not that I
So-
don't eat cheesesteaks. It's that I'm not picky with my cheesesteak.
So
You know,
Eagles
I-
have 18 though, right?
Yeah.
So did they trade 8? No, they didn't trade 18, obviously. So
they
there's a
traded
chance.
15.
That's
There's
what
a
I'm
chance
thinking.
you
I was
walk out.
like,
Yeah.
what would Baltimore take? What would Houston take?
Yeah.
And I don't know who had 16, 17.
Saints, Chargers.
Well, the Eagles
Chargers
are
aren't taking him.
No.
Saints might.
No, Chargers are set.
Chargers, Charger would probably also eyeing Davis too.
I said, Scott, we got the commercial this time.
Yeah, just wait. I mean, I'm still waiting 12 picks. I'm waiting for it to happen. Don't worry. It's tradition like no other.
All right, this person, friend of mine, says he's projecting Jordan Davis to be the new Fletcher Cox, but bigger and faster.
yeah.
Well, the
luck with
problem is
that.
he played 2 downs at Georgia.
so
he's
this-
a
That's true. You better make the Hall of Fame bust now.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
true.
So,
That's high
thing-
praise.
next year there'll be like 5 more of him in the year. Like D tackles are a dime a
Well,
dozen.
Well, he's a true nose.
I don't.
Let's
But
let's see how ESPN talks about our pick.
there's nothing.
I always like to hear what the experts. Oh,
He-
I know the guy wearing that 11 jersey, who they're showing right now. I did not know he was in Vegas. This dude literally face paints himself to go to he goes to Phillies games, he goes to Flyers games, Sixers games, Union games, Eagles games, always wearing that face paint.
And I wanted
Didn't we
like,
see him?
great job because he is everywhere.
He really is.
Maybe he's like
They
a
showed him on
dentist or something like
ESPN at the Phillies game the other day. Yeah, there he is again. That's so funny.
I got a text from one of my
Whoa.
friends. 4 fucking picks for a D tackle.
that. You know what's great? The person that's wearing the Vikings jersey inside that group of the Eagles fans, he's wearing a Randall Cunningham Vikings jersey. That makes it great. I'm
6.
sorry.
Oh, that's Devonta Smith. Single digits. I'm still not used to that. I still think quarterback. I'm like 6. Is that Kevin Cobb? Who the fuck is that?
Kevin
You-
Cobb. Oh Lord.
I hate it so much. Single digit defensive players. And
Isn't it
crap.
the worst? It's like, who is that? 2? What are we doing here?
You know, don't forget we're in Vegas. It's only 6:30 there, so it's like
Oh, yeah,
it's
they're
just
ready
fun
to
to see. Like
go.
it's still funny to see like 9:30. It's still light out in Vegas and all that stuff, and like
Oh yeah, you guys are East Coast too, so it's even worse.
yeah.
No, we
we got
we
Phil-
special. We got high school kids
It's
helping
only
us make our
8.
pick.
Only 8:30 now.
Yeah. You're super cool. You got the Central Coast away. I was trying to get people on the West Coast, so they feel super cool. Being like, it's being only 640 and all.
I hate Howie Roseman.
What would you like to drink, Phil?
I hate him so much.
Let's see if people boo.
Hopefully, they can fit a car for him.
40 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a large human.
Yeah, so he is fast. Like my son just said, like he ran like a fourth. He's really, really fast and big.
Oh yeah,
It's like
they
a
were
fu-
going
yeah.
crazy when he ran that 40. Yeah.
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 He ran like a
Story for like a week.
Yeah, some of those big monster nose tackles, man. When you see him he doesn't look that big on camera, but when you see him in person, it's like, oh my god! Like I had like the honor of meeting Ted Washington like way back when he was on the Bills, and
Oh, former Bear, I think.
yeah, former Bear too. Like my dad, my late father was doing like promotions, and like so he had like Doug Flutie, him, and Sam Rogers come into his dealership. They tried to give him a Jeep Grand Cherokee. He couldn't fit in it. I'm like, Signs, you're a big guy.
Man, to your point about D tackles, though, and to your earlier point about draft heartbreak, 2014, the Bears, all leading up, it was Aaron Donald. Like, it was just a foregone conclusion. Like, Bears at 14, Aaron Donald fucking goes 13 right before they take Kyle Fuller, who's a good player, but that's the worst one by far.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This close to Aaron Donald.
Decent. You know, it's not like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
Yeah, that's true. Fuller was a good player.
A
He
name
was
that
good
will
here.
live in infamy.
Jefferson. You know, or Danny Watkins, the
That poor
firefighter.
guy.
Anybody.
26-year-old firefighter.
That
Yeah,
poor
he's a
guy.
26-year-old firefighter. Let's pick him in the first round. All right. Played like 2 years and he's out. And now guess what he's doing? He's a firefighter.
And then DK Metcalf, who you don't take, just tears you up in the playoffs just to make it worse.
Look, Marley's right. Like the DK one, a lot of teams passed on him, but Justin
Everything
Jefferson
fast.
right there. There's
True.
actually video of the Vikings
Wow.
Like,
I mean,
Laughing. They were laughing, yeah.
when
Yeah.
laughing that the Eagles picked the punt returner. Like
Yeah.
somebody just
Like, is this real life? Okay.
they really just passed on a guy.
Listen, they thought for whatever reason, and I completely fault the logic here, but they thought
he's a
that
nose.
Jalen Rager was gonna be the next Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, absolutely.
As was he like flashing gang signs or what?
I would.
On the field comparison.
He's so
Oh, okay.
he's not
Sorry,
flashing guy.
I
He's
sorry,
so-
I love making. I sorry, I just love making. I just love making fun of Chip Kelly and his ineptitude in pro football.
I'm about to text face paint guy and be like, yo, what do you think of the pick?
There's been a lot of starving kids in Philadelphia. So it's got to be Cal. It's got to be Cal Hamilton, just to spite Phil or spite Nick, right? I'm not looking at like spoilers. I don't
Ravens
like
are picking
spoilers.
Kyle
On that.
Hamilton. The Ravens are one of the best drafting teams in the NFL. They're taking Kyle Hamilton.
They could also honestly don't be. I mean, you would say that, but they could also be taking a receiver because they just kind of can't keep one on the team.
Mm.
I mean, I know that they
What
took
a weird year.
They can
Everybody
draft
got
Garrett
hurt.
Wilson.
That's crazy.
The wide receiver from Ohio State. He's good.
with you saying weird. I blame Mary Lee on that, but that's her department.
All of those injuries were just one after another.
That means you got.
Yeah, fluky.
That means
I
you
mean,
need a better
they did a
workout.
lot. They did a lot better than they should have, honestly, going into the season, starting like their third string running back.
Fourth string.
Yeah.
Was it fourth string? Jeez.
Yeah, well, that means you need a better workout facility. That's all I'm gonna say.
Something, yeah. I remember
I mean-
J.K. Dobbins got hurt during my fantasy draft, like round 10, round 12, something like that. He shreds his knee, and no one in my group is like on their phone or doing anything, and I'm up, and Gus Edwards is still there. I'm like, hell yeah, you guys are all stupid. You don't even know J.K. Dobbins just blew his knee out, taking Gus Edwards. I was going to take Deebo Samuel, had J.K. Dobbins not shredded his knee. So I took Gus Edwards, and yeah, very next week. Torn ACL. So
Yeah, I mean, I need to move into the Bills workout facility because I mean, if I can show you I'm gonna send Devin a picture of Josh Allen like working out. He's gotten bigger, by the way, folks. Where's that picture of? Oh, here. I just sent it to you. Check your phone, Devin. I mean, it's like a before. It's from like 2 days ago, and then like when he was at the combine. I don't think he's changed much. I joke and say spot the
good
difference.
Lord.
He's got those are machine guns in his arms. I think he works out a little. What do you think?
You don't miss Nate Peterman? The last time I was in Buffalo was Nate Peterman versus the
Oh God,
Bears.
yeah.
When I actually had
goddamn game.
hope. When the
You
Bears
know, you're-
were flying high.
You know, you're always welcome back, man. Like I've told, I want you guys all to show up for a game, like just
That was
randomly.
fun.
Yeah.
Missing some Duffs, man. Duffs was good.
We'll get you more wings. We'll get you nice and fat.
That was good.
Like I said, like I was telling Nick, it's a very quiet, subdued crowd, even when they're losing like 41-3.
Oh, our section, we sang "Bear Down" after like the second touchdown, and everyone there wanted to just kill us. They were
That's-
fed up.
The best
we were
ever though was
ignorant,
like
to be fair. Yeah, we were very ignorant.
the best thing ever though. We reversed
The
that. And,
Eagles traded up again.
for what?
From 8.
I have
Oh my
no idea.
gosh.
We traded with the Texans. So we're now picking 15
Oh,
again.
they took Hamilton. Sandwich in between.
I guarantee you they traded up so that they could get him.
It's gonna be it's gonna be Kenny Pickett.
That's so funny.
I hope it
Oh,
is.
he-
Kenny.
Because
He's gonna
people
be
are saying
sandwiched in
people
there.
are saying that we traded up the first time because they wanted to get Williams. And the Detroit takes him right before. If that happens twice in a row.
No.
You know, at least Howie's trying. So
Sure.
I'm not
Yeah,
into
he's
Nation trophies. I did try, and you need to know what the rest of the league's doing.
Apparently, they're sharing.
who do you want it here?
Did they really trade? Did they move back up again?
that's what this 2 minute ahead Twitter account is saying.
That
Yeah, but it says picks in for Houston, so I'm confused.
So
Same
maybe
pick
it's
is
with
in there.
Washington?
Usually, when that happens, is when there's a trade. But the fact that Kyle Hampton went to the Ravens, that's really cool.
yeah,
I'm
you called
conf-
it, man.
I'm-
You've been on top of it. You called that shit.
I'm confused, admittedly, in the sense of like I'm surprised Washington and Philly have they have phone numbers.
So guess who drafted Kyle Hampton? The Ravens.
Yeah.
Gosh,
What did I say?
I don't know. You said the Eagles suck. I don't know.
I said I called it.
You called what? How he sucks, you idiot, moron. Let's go beat him up.
I said Hamilton was going to get it.
No, I mean the Ravens are the best. They draft so well.
Wow, I got news too.
Breaks my
The
heart.
Ravens trade Howard Brown to the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh
I
really?
don't see for what
Wow.
yet. Yeah, just happened. I
Wow.
got that cold front report for like covering the Bills just was reporting it right now, and I trust the source.
So who do the Ravens have?
Wow.
I think they're
That
gonna
kid
play
they
Kyle
drafted
Hamilton.
last year. Yeah.
That's about it.
Wow.
Sammy Watkins went to the Packers.
Sammy's gone. Man, what are they? Man, he's tight with Lamar. Wow. That's very interesting. I don't think that's going to go over very well with Lamar.
Yeah, I just got the update too. Hollywood Brown has been traded. And I just got another text from one of my buddies, the Eagles fan. The Ravens left all the way to the Howie Roseman Bank. Like most people, every damn year.
Yeah, Houston, who are you gonna take? Cody Pickett? Like really? Like I would if I'm them, I'm not taking a quarterback. I legit like what's his name? Davis Milner came on at the end of the year.
Yeah, and I mean in that division, Tennessee.
Okay,
I
yeah,
think, is gonna take a
it's
step
for-
back.
Ravens traded Hollywood Brown and pick 100 for Cardinals to pick 23. They're jumping ahead of the Bills.
That's it.
Yes.
Hollywood Brown's legit too, unless his contract's almost up. Man, that's interesting. I like Hollywood Brown. I think he can play.
I just don't like Kyler Murray. Especially if that gorgeous pick 63. Greatest pick six of all time. Prove me wrong.
He just needs to
Look
go
up
play
his-
baseball.
Yeah, I can't think he can't be much worse right
ESPN
now
is
at second
so
base.
behind.
Well, they gotta talk. That's what it is.
They just announced the Hollywood Brown trade now.
Yeah, I know.
Well-
And man, that was a great trade there. The Ravens are probably having their war room was laughing when the Eagles drafted the kid from Georgia.
Oh God, yeah. Well, because I think the Ravens were looking at him too, though. But
It's not a horrible it's not a Justin Jefferson, Jalen Rager pick. It's not that bad. I wanted Kyle Hamilton.
Interesting. pick
wow,
For the Texans?
he wasn't
picked-
even my top. Yeah,
Guard.
he's the best interior lineman in the draft. But what?
What about the kid from Iowa that can play center and guard?
He's
Big-
he's a
big buck.
he's if you run a zone blocking scheme, you're better off because he's got short arms. But he is
They're just phoning it in.
seriously. It's like
I don't know why you don't pick a guard there. You don't.
wow,
That's,
Washington. I mean, you can tell they're far behind because they already announced Commanders picks in. That's how fast like they are
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah,
probably-
Washington's pick is in, as I believe is our trade.
No, it would say the pick has been traded. They traded the Chargers. They move up one spot.
the Chargers. Well, that would make no sense.
It's Philadelphia right now. All bets are off.
Yeah, because I don't think that we would be looking at the same person the Chargers would be
The
looking
Red-
at this point.
Commanders picked Doxton, the wide receiver from Penn State.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I like that pick for him, but I think it's a
Hey, I
little
love that
early.
kid. Man, that's where I graduated from college. That kid is the beast. He was impossible to
And he
Penn State-
was he's a little guy. He's the number. He was the number one receiver at Penn State. It's like great. It's
Well,
yeah,
he was
and he's
number
got
1, 2, and number 3 wide receivers because there was no one else that could throw
he,
that
he-
Clifford threw the ball to.
he has the biggest, the scariest. Like he's the only receiver I've seen in a while has had the elusive fourth gear.
So he is a Devontae Smith type, but in my opinion, a better route runner.
Yeah, he's for his size, he's extremely polished at it, and like I said, he's stupidly fast.
Stupidly fast, great route runner. Not a bad pick.
Yeah, I
Man.
love
There.
it. Yeah, that's a great pick for Washington. Well, Carson Wentz came in, he's using them targets.
Yeah, they got him a weapon.
Yeah, well,
That's
and he
what-
had Gary Terry still, and other tight ends. The kid always gets hurt. So they
Logan
don't have-
Thomas,
No, what was the other? Who's the other one that tight end they had that was like really good? But always-
Reed.
Oh, Jordan Reed. Yeah, concussions
I-
got him.
Did he
I always-
retire or get cut?
They always was hurt.
What do you think, Burks at 18? Would you be happy with that?
That'd be fun.
If the Eagles drafted Burks at 18, I would be thrilled. I love that kid. He's one of my favorite receivers. I would
Yeah,
have
I feel
rather
like
had.
they need it.
rather-
I'm
Pittsburgh
hearing
needs
I'm
some-
hearing Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah,
Anybody know much about him?
it's that
One of my
Florida
friends is like,
State.
one of my friends is swearing up a
defensive end.
storm because Washington took Dotson because that was like his pick for Buffalo. But I'm like, okay. Why is Jackson Hill rated so high? I mean, he's good,
So,
but it's
You're hearing
Jack-
that they picked the DN from Florida State, Jermaine
no,
Johnson.
he's still available.
If that's who the Eagles pick, oh my gosh, they don't go offense at all. They probably are going to go defense. He loves the lineman. So
Yeah, I
yes,
think they're gonna
I
go
would
defense, defense.
Double
defense-
up, yeah.
Hey, that's who it is. If that's
That
mm.
playoff game is still stuck in his head.
why would they?
It's just to piss you off, Nick. I'm just convinced of that now.
No, I hate the draft. I hate it, but it's like I don't even know, like that crazy girlfriend. You know, like I can't get away from her. Here.
I'm laughing. No, I sent the picture to Mary Lee too, and she said Josh Allen just ate Josh Allen. Like seriously, it's like night and day. It's
There's
frightening.
two of them now.
I bet the Ravens pick Burks. The Ravens are the best drafting team in the NFL.
I'm like,
Hollywood.
I'm ahead. Like I know the Chargers pick too.
Green Bay's going to take him, and he's going to be Debo 2.0. I already know it. Although Green Bay can't draft wideouts either, really. They just don't try. They just draft quarterbacks
Yeah.
instead that sit on the bench for 5 years.
Yeah, let's take let's have a good MVP quarterback, and let's not take a quarterback or receiver for him, because that makes too much sense. Nick, I just sent you the
Can't
picture of Josh
stand
Allen,
Packers.
before and after. Well, actually after and before, I should say. I think he likes that workout facility. What do you think, Marilee?
Yeah, I think so.
This is why I've told Bills boys I want to move in. I need to get in shape. Give me like 4. I'm still baffled by that. I mean, the Ravens. I'm telling you, the Ravens did it to get ahead of Buffalo, because I know the Bills are eyeing cornerback badly because they need one. Just
They
take
love
anyone.
running backs. They love running backs, Scott. They might take your boy.
I'm okay with Brees Hall. I really am. I want Elam and Hall.
I could see the Ravens taking him. If they're not sold on Dobbins' knee, they just love running backs so much.
I
They
know.
had Melvin Gordon in for a visit, although they didn't sign him. But
Yeah, he stayed in Denver, didn't he? Or
yeah, it's kind of brutal for Javante. I thought he was going to take off, but I wonder what happened there. Marquise Brown.
They're all really wait. The Titans are planning to trade AJ Brown to the Eagles. Oh my gosh!
What?
what?
All right, I guess Nick is streaking
No.
after
They're gonna
all.
trade to the Eagles.
Yeah, I just saw
No.
it. Yeah. They're reporting
No
it.
way. Oh my gosh.
I wonder what they gave. So
That's
I don't
better than
care
Kyle
how
Hamilton.
Give him his wife up. I don't care. That was a great pick. That was a great
That's
trade.
better than Kyle
Phil-
Hamilton.
Phil goes. Nick goes streaking.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes me happier than Kyle Hamilton. Oh, I love
Yeah,
AJ.
Eagles just won the draft.
Yeah, that's big.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
We did it, Nick. We did it.
So I want to see it's official. Where's
Yeah, you got it.
How we didn't fuck
Holy
us yet.
smokes.
would they give up?
Probably
haven't seen it
18 for
First.
starters.
The Chargers got drafted an O lineman.
Yeah.
So, and I just got an alert that AJ Brown, blockbuster trade. Titans are planning to trade AJ Brown to the Eagles. So did the Eagles make that
Oh.
pick?
I
I don't know.
have to imagine 18 is part of that.
18's involved. Yeah.
It has to
That's why
be,
it's
or
coming
else.
out now. Yeah. 18 goes
Trade
to
AJ Brown to Eagles.
Tennessee. Holy smokes.
So are
And
both
Josh
these
is just like
Titans?
Who would have
studying.
seen that coming?
I didn't. I can tell you
Not
that.
even
Not at
close.
all.
It's for an 18th overall pick and another 3rd round pick, according to what I'm seeing.
See, the quiet one always gets all the
Nothing.
stats from. So
So wait.
the quiet one gets all the information.
I'm over here on Twitter, just like,
So what are the Eagles trading for to get AJ Brown?
18 and a 3rd round pick.
What?
That's a steal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you gotta lock him up now though.
Um,
You guys have the cap space?
18 and 101 to be exact. You want to
Howie
exact picks.
Roseman is a king at that, at restructuring contracts.
Well,
so it would
Hertz
not
doesn't have
surprise
his
me.
deal yet, so you should be fine.
I don't think Hertz is going to get a deal like that.
They're waiting, I think. They're going to see how this year goes before they give him a deal. Because if he's not the
Wow.
guy, then guess who's taking a quarterback next year in the draft?
Holy smokes.
So Titans got like 2 picks really quick together. Like I think it's like 18 and like 27.
They're gonna take a quarterback at 18.
They be taking Burks. Like,
They could take Burks, yeah, just replace him. Golly, that's crazy.
and like I always tell Mary Lee, I told Nick when he was coming, when he was having difficulties, I'm like, it's only you can't screw up because it's live. We live by the Vince McMahon motto. And there's the trade.
Yeah, they're gonna take a quarterback.
I
Hear how
love
ESPN talks about this one.
Just don't take
18
Elam.
and 101 for AJ
That's it.
Brown.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
steal.
That's highway robbery.
My buddies, like, you know what? The one thing is, too many Philly fans are like me, nagging. Like, I'm at least happy about this. My buddies are texting me like, traded picks. Well, Howie can't draft, so
Yeah,
why not?
exactly.
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, you might.
I mean,
and that division
he-
is so winnable.
Think about it, that pick was going to Kenny Pickett anyway. So this whole worked out.
Yeah, I think the quarterbacks. This is the time now. It's the Titans, Saints, and who else? Steelers. Yeah, no,
Yeah, hell yeah, one of those teams is taking a quarterback.
all three. Shit. Well, two.
Come on, Tennessee, take a
Man.
quarterback because Ryan Tannehill.
I
Yeah,
can't
he got
believe the
exposed.
Eagles got AJ Brown. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
That changes. That changes a lot. Wow. What a trend, though. Just not paying wide receivers like Tyreek. Yeah, wow. Wow. That's crazy. Did you see
Well,
that, Don?
you know what? Jalen Hurts has some weapons now. AJ Brown is a beast.
Yeah, that's true. Time for him to put up or shut up.
Just thought about how pissed the person that I used to work with that's a huge Titans fan has got to be right now.
He's probably
AJ
throwing things.
Maybe
Yeah,
the
my
move
friend saying
go back to wide receiver. Like he was a wide
Well-
receiver in college, so then maybe he'll move him back, and they'll draft a quarterback.
well, I think my friend said it best. Like they probably don't want to pay receivers the top end money, so they're going to trade him away.
Debo to the Bears next. Thank you very much. Sign me up.
I think Devin would have a heart attack on national. On the
Debo's
podcast
gonna
live.
get traded. He's gonna get
He-
traded.
he's
I don't know.
gotta.
The Bears don't have the capital, but
He'll fucking go to the Chiefs because the rich get
oh
richer.
gosh, yeah.
I mean, Bills fans would joke and say we should trade for him.
Like literally, that would be something that Kansas City would do. They let Tyreek Hill walk with like no bones about it. Literally, just let the man leave, and they end
Hey.
up getting a player who's arguably as good
Wow.
that projects, if not better.
I hope the Bills carry on the Raiders tradition of Tyreek Hill that the Raiders do or did. And anytime he was on the field, they chant child beater at him.
Oh, jeez. I mean, he
I mean,
is. He was.
Yeah, I was like, and Bills fans are not exactly kind and cuddly to some people if you screw up.
Well, we'll see what happens when
I mean,
Deshaun Watson takes the field.
oh
Yep.
God, that's me. I mean, Devin got lucky. He had a quiet field day in Buffalo. Like,
But we had a field day.
well, I was saying more so like none of your Bears like got like arrested or anything like that. So you didn't have like any guy like in orange jumpsuits or anything like that, or like
Oh no, it was no dildos on the field. It was very
those are only
uneventful.
those are only Brady's games because it does say Brady's dildo on it. Because we're a classy organization like that. The best thing ever about that whole thing,
Reserved.
honestly, is I love the commentary because if you've never heard the commentary, it's like I thought it was a flag. I can guarantee the guys in the production are like, don't say dildo, don't say dildo.
cut away. Yeah, cut away. Oh, the Chargers took that O lineman. Okay.
Yeah, the other one, the Zion. They took him from the Pelicans. Oh, that's a different Zion. Sorry. I mean, they're both large and tall and not really in shape. So
That's my Duke
receivers.
guy.
To the Jets. I wonder who. Wow. The Chiefs or the Packers are going to get that wide receiver from Arkansas.
unless the
Burks.
Titans take him here.
I think he's going to be one of the best wide receivers in this draft.
Yeah, he's just a freak of nature.
Or he'll go to Baltimore at 23.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I bet he's not getting past the Packers.
No,
yeah, he
he
shouldn't. He shouldn't, but they
shouldn't, but
do
reasons.
not draft well.
I wonder who the Titans are. So
The
they
Titans
do
don't have a
quarterback.
They-
that
they-
night?
I think the Titans took him. I think the Titans took Burks.
Did they?
Hold on.
I'm waiting for
Trying not
Titans.
to spoil. I'm
They're
trying not to
showing
spoil.
They're showing Titans fans wearing their number 11. The one guy
Eagles-
was like,
Oh,
Yep.
if they
There goes the extension for AJ
Holy
Brown.
Yeah, that was
I
four,
saw
quick.
it.
yeah, 4 years, 100 million, 57 million guaranteed. Holy Chicago,
Wow.
that's a lot.
Well, you had to. I mean, you don't make that trade.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
not gonna keep him.
True.
I'm just surprised he got 25 million a year.
$3 million extension, 57 guaranteed.
ESPN hasn't gotten the extension yet.
They're on the West
They
Coast
did-
delay, Mary Lee.
They just said they're like AJ Brown's going to be a free agent at the end of this season.
He got well. I mean, it's not that bad. It's 4 years, 100 mil, only 57 guaranteed. Not only, but like in the NFL world, that's not bad. Howie Roseman does a couple things good. He trades good, and he's really good
Yes.
with cap and money. He can't. I wish he could draft, but he. You know, that's
Two
my
out
boy's
of three
like,
ain't bad.
he's like, oh, we keep trading all these picks. I'm like, well, Howie can't draft, so why not trade him?
Yeah, I'd rather him not have picks.
Me too. Trade like for, you have
Oh,
a
that's right.
proven-
Oh, that's
Yeah. That's how I felt about Pace. This dude was taking Kevin White and
Oh, he's a horrible
acting
GM.
a fool. Yeah, he was brutal. Somehow got 7 years here.
he had photos on Georgia McCaskey.
He seriously, I don't know what they were doing.
Oh, there goes Burks.
Yep.
Yeah.
That I'd comment, but again, I'd be thrown off of Zoom for
So
commenting.
that's why they did it right there. They traded AJ Brown
to save money.
and AJ Brown.
Yeah, because they're paying Tannehill to suck. Tannehill's
Well-
making way too much money.
He's making way too much money.
Yeah.
If it's more than if he's making more than $3, he's overpaid.
Yeah.
So-
Wow. You remember him from his Miami days.
I do. He never won in Buffalo.
Yeah, not surprised. The Texas A&M quarterback couldn't win, or Texas A&M wide receiver, I mean, couldn't
Yeah,
win. in
Texas
Buffalo.
A&M. He played wide receiver like 3 of the years there.
Yeah,
Crazy.
he was just like, oh, I can play quarterback now. Okay.
Yeah, sure. I got stronger. But it's like
Yeah. Man.
No, what the Titans did was they went because there's that window, that rookie window with the quarterback that you're talking about with the Bears, is they don't have the money to give to AJ Brown,
Nope.
so they went out and got a guy that's kind of like AJ Brown or Debo. You know, like he's
Yeah.
got that build, that
Yeah.
same, you know, but now they can
Did
put
you-
him
well,
rookie money.
objectively, I'm happy for the sake of everyone that works in the front office of the Jets. They did not do that rumor trade today. Apparently, there was a rumor trade going around about like 2 o'clock that they were going to trade like the house for Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
Man,
I guess they can't. They
Jets?
can't
Why?
now unless they
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
Rodgers picks.
Yeah, no. This was like Big Ten this year. Like it was something.
Oh,
Hold on, let
wow.
me see if I can pull it.
yeah,
hold on.
because who wants out of San Fran, but San Fran was going to want your firstborn
They were-
child, everything.
Well, how it was
Okay.
the rumor number was at the 10th, the 30th, the 35th, the 99th, 2023 second, and Elijah Moore.
Yeah, because the 49ers didn't want to trade him. Like, would you want to trade your best player?
No,
You know-
I get it, but like my concern is I think he's gonna be like Percy Harvin 2.0 because if he's saying I want to be a receiver and only a receiver now,
Do you blame him? Did you see all the beatings he took? He was also on my fantasy team. Like, he would just get beat down.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's,
Like, and he's a
But
great
that-
receiver. He's
It's-
huge.
yeah.
but for that value, I'm surprised. Does the Saints take Jermaine Johnson here?
I think the Saints are going to go quarterback.
Yeah, I do too.
I think they're going to go.
I thought they did when they traded up.
It's got to be Malik. Well, it's got to be Malik to get ahead because I know the Steelers love him.
Yeah, I think that they're going to go. The quarterbacks are going to
I
start
agree
going.
with you. Yeah, I think this is Willis.
And like I
If
said, Malik, I think he's the best quarterback in the draft. Just like he's got to sit for like 2 years.
And he has-
coincidentally,
Because famous Jameis is there.
I was gonna say sure. Coincidentally, famous Jameis has a 2-year
Wow.
contract.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect for them. I mean, Wentz, he's not awful. He's definitely not great.
No, he's good. He just makes too many stupid plays.
And then he'll throw 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions.
It's like
That's
and,
that line.
and win like 45% of his games.
Yeah, and it's perfect because they're not going to win the South this year. They're not going to even have a chance of winning the South until Tom Brady's gone.
Well, I also think it's like what the Saints are doing. That's the Falcons are doing. They're just building a team and like, okay, next year we'll just be awful this year. We got a ton of cap space. Now we got a good receiver. We got a good receiver at tight end. Now we can be 0-17 and take a quarterback that's actually worth it. Pick one.
Like 3-4 quarterbacks coming out next year that are good. Like, it's a smart strategy. I wouldn't look. Don't jump for a quarterback this year. Rather,
be bad.
The Falcons and get the quarterbacks next year.
And like I said, like I said, they're eating a $40 million cap hit this year for the trading Matt Ryan. So they're gonna have a boatload of space. So they can like, okay, we're gonna sign him, and oh yeah, we got a quarterback on a rookie deal for 4 years.
Well, how great of a trade was that for the Colts though? Getting Matt Ryan, he's like the perfect quarterback for them.
The only problem is they just can't draft a quarterback. Well, neither can the Broncos, but I won't go there.
I still don't think
Yeah,
I don't think Matt Ryan's the guy that finally cures their QB ails.
It's a
Yeah, he's
1 year
not Matt
thing.
Stafford, but
It's an example.
that's what they're
It's a
chasing. Is Matt Stafford.
It's a band-aid on
Yeah.
a broken. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Stafford-
hoping change of scenery sort of
Right.
situation. He comes out and has the best year of his career. I don't see it happening.
Stop taking quarterbacks that are like 35 and above. Go for a guy that's like 28. That's not Carson Wentz.
Listen, Carson Wentz was really good last year for the Colts. Not to defend him, just because like my son, who's I can hear right now, whose name is talking, and he has a big autographed Carson Wentz jersey in his room, and I do have a man crush on Carson Wentz. But the truth is, Carson Wentz was not bad last year, and it wasn't his fault that they lost to the Jags in the last game. If I do, there are 21 other players on the field, and he wasn't playing defense when the worst offense in football put up 38. Like,
But here's the thing. Carson Wentz had 2 games to clinch a playoff spot
I almost wanna
against
take a video.
very,
you can
very
Carson when you're
subpar
trash.
opponents. Like, yes, football's a team game and all that. I get that. But he made some inexcusable mistakes when you're playing a team that bad. Like, they should have won one of those 2 games.
Carson, what do you think about that? This woman trashing your guy, Carson Wentz. That's
Oh my God, he's
But-
mini Brody.
No.
yeah, he did look just like Brody. Hey, Carson, is that nice that they're making fun of your guy, Carson Wentz? That's not nice, is it? Carson Wentz
No.
is the best, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my Spidey's help.
Spidey and Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Okay, I know the pick. Wow, I like the pick for the Saints. I do.
No,
It's Devin's boy, not a quarterback.
Yeah, it's my guy. Yeah, I mean, all right. Like I,
I mean, you
said,
lose
that
Terry
division is-
Armstead. Yeah,
yeah, just
He's
You
off. I thought he should have went earlier. That guard who picked that guard a couple picks ago? This is who should have went ahead. He should have went.
Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would-
What's up?
yeah. Chargers went O-line again. Yep.
Even call me crazy, but I actually wanted the Bills to look at this guy too, and just kick like Deion Dawkins inside the guard.
Yeah, you were
Because then you
close.
had-
Couple picks.
Yeah, I was like, then you got University of Northern Iowa at like left tackle and right tackle, and they're both like 400 feet tall, and like Josh Allen will look small next to both of them.
I'm gonna tag in my tag team partner, he's 12 years old and smarter than any of us, and he's coming
That's
in.
probably true.
You want to put the videos on. Here you go. Do your thing.
What's up, AC?
What's up?
Not much. Just watching the draft, making fun of everyone.
Yeah.
Mainly Mary Lee. Like,
You got a new favorite wide receiver, buddy.
yeah. The
Yeah.
funny thing is, did you see Trayvon Burks' comparison in the NFL?
Yeah,
AJ Brown.
Yeah, 100% a contract move.
Oh, absolutely. Because they didn't want to pay him
Yeah.
$30 million a year.
But I mean, like, yes, the pick would have been smart, but I feel like I would rather have a more developed player already than have a rookie who's coming in. And yes, rookies they can be really good, or sometimes they can be bust.
They can be Jalen Rager.
They can be JJ.
Or JJ.
Yeah.
Or any other wide receiver the Eagles really have had in the last 20 years.
So,
who do you hate the most? The Cowboys, the Giants, or the Commanders?
oof, I'm gonna have to go to the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Good,
I
good
figured.
answer.
I figured.
I think we all hate the Cowboys here, even though we're Bills.
Yeah, they're
we
not
got
America's
Carolina. Yeah, that's the Buffalo Bills for the record, just in case anyone cares.
It's North America's team.
Just yeah. trust me. Speaking of that guy, he showed up to like one of the games. Like, I'm surprised you remember the address.
Yeah, no kidding. That was awkward transition.
The best ever though was like, I don't know if you saw it, Devin. Did you see the picture of Ryan Fitzpatrick at the Bills Patriots game?
Yes, I did.
Like nothing like
Yes.
another team's quarterback at
Yep,
at a Bills game, like shirtless, just
that
partying
was
it up.
awesome. Playoff game, yeah.
Yeah, and then like the next week, one of the players that just signed with the team back showed up in a Bills jersey at the Kansas City game.
What do we
I
think?
think
Willis
those are-
here?
That's my guess. If I had to put money on that, yeah, that's my guess. Is Malik Willis. I mean, I like the pick from him.
Yeah, Malik Willis is most likely, but I
And he
mean,
can-
you
go ahead, AC.
know,
You're good, AC.
I mean,
Or
like
Jordan.
all the all for definitely the Steelers need a quarterback. But I feel like they need Malik Willis. I feel like Malik Willis is like perfect for like the Pittsburgh, like the Steel City.
Kenny Pickett's from Pittsburgh.
But it's like Malik Willis.
They're drafting Kenny Pickett. They're gonna go safe. Watch.
They're not taking it.
They also didn't take Dan Marino when they shot when he was from Pittsburgh and played at Pittsburgh too. Just saying, Nick.
Exactly. So that's where the older, wiser people like us jump in against the young kid who thinks he knows everything. That's why
I'm going with Malik too. I agree with AC.
I would agree. I actually think it's Willis too.
It's
Nick's like,
either
thanks. Nick's like, thanks, guys.
it's a definite.
it'll be Willis because AC gets everything right just to annoy me.
Well, that's because he is right. Just if you don't believe him, ask him.
It is. Trubisky's going to start week 1, right? It is one of
Yes.
these quarterbacks.
Yeah. Oh, the Vegas Golden Knights make me smile. Sorry, I'm going to go to the quickly NHL playoffs on ESPN. They really
They
missed the
have your
playoffs.
boy?
But yeah, they missed the playoffs.
Yeah, he
Like
let you guys have it, huh?
Yeah, and then I think Karma bit him on the backside because like all you had to do is like win one game and you'd be in the playoffs, and like that didn't happen.
Yeah, that was. You don't usually see players do that. That was interesting.
Especially hockey players. Football players, yeah,
right.
sure. I
It's
mean,
usually no comment. Move on.
or if usually it's ex-Bills players that are like, yeah, Buffalo's a toilet.
Yeah.
I've heard that once, but enough about Willis McGahee, who actually forgave, like apologized for saying it.
Willis
It's-
McGahee.
It's funny, like speaking of form, like it was hilarious seeing like Fred Jackson and like Marshawn Lynch there. And, like speaking of players that probably forgot the address, Marshawn Lynch in Buffalo again. He was high on life that day. I can tell you that much. If you haven't seen the video.
The great thing is, they get to pick whoever they want. If they don't pick a quarterback, wow.
I'll be
I think
shocked
it's
if they don't pick
Pickett.
one.
I think it's Pickett.
It's a linebacker.
It shouldn't
usually
be,
take-
but I think it's going to be Pickett.
It's me a linebacker because they take like linebackers like the last 7 years in a row.
Yeah.
Why break tradition, Pittsburgh?
Oh,
See what Ray
Frank.
says?
Devin Lloyd out of Utah.
I'd laugh. Oh. Man, Franco looks rough.
Oh. They picked that kid from Cincinnati. That kid's a good quarterback.
Yeah. A Riddler or yeah.
Yeah, Desmond
Desmond
Ritter.
Riddler.
Ritter.
Well, yeah, the problem with these guys, they all got like shitty or they're like, you can't go, okay, you're starting week 1. Good luck.
The Steelers aren't going to be good anyway. They might as well.
I would sit them. Like just go, here's what not to do. You let Trubisky play.
Exactly.
I'm telling
I mean,
you,
he was good at it.
I totally forgot that he was even there.
I did too earlier. Former Tar Heel. Don't like him. Duke
I was
fan.
thinking no quarterback at all. Here we go. Yeah,
He looks Franklin looks so rough.
CTE.
Wow.
Kenny,
They did
I
take
think-
Pickett.
Going to be Kenny Pickett, but I don't forget who he was. Oh, it was me.
Shut up, Nick.
I said Kenny Pickett. He's Pittsburgh guy. They think he's Dan Marino. They're wrong. They should have picked Willis. They picked Pickett.
Well, that's us. The reason they take Marino is because he had a little bit of a temper and he liked the cocaine a little too much.
I said this was gonna happen.
Look, it's okay. It's okay. to be
Kyle
wrong.
Hamilton. I told him.
Did you
to-
call AJ Brown getting traded to the Eagles?
No.
In all fairness, no one called that.
Yeah, that was kind of out
No.
of the blue.
Nobody did, but it was kind of cool for a minute thinking that I did. When I had no faith. I feel like the Eagles want, and they're going. The draft grade better be an A+, ready for the Eagles.
Yeah, it doesn't get. And
Look,
then you
they-
signed him to a long contract.
It's the smartest thing they could do is they gave away for Howie. They
Yep.
got a commodity.
And that's been years in the making, right? I mean, trading with the Dolphins, trading with the Saints,
Yeah, somebody literally texted me. They were like, "We got AJ Brown for Carson Wentz. We won."
that too. Yeah, that too. No, I
That's how his deal. He just
that's an
he plays the
amazing.
long
No,
con.
that's an amazing trade. That's an amazing.
Really good with the calf.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff.
The Steelers drafted Kenny.
In that division too, I mean, Cowboys are old, Giants are terrible, Commanders are clueless.
It's really hard to call them Commanders. I think I'm just going to call them Washington all year, just because very odd name.
Yeah, even
I wish they-
some of the
I-
football
I wish they
team,
stick-
yeah.
I wish they stuck to the football teams.
The football team was cool. I could deal with that one. The Commandos or not? So
Commanders. I'm the Commandos. Kansas City just traded up.
no, I
Oh,
like it
shit.
better. I think that it's better to say like, "Hey, look, it's the Commandos. They're going around."
Is this Wilson?
So, is there anyone left for the Chiefs to pick?
Wilson, right?
Yeah, Wilson's still
Oh,
there.
no.
There's a decent.
I picked
They are
earlier.
going to. I'm surprised because I know they were trying to trade up way higher. Like they were trying to get in the top 10 to get like.
So
one guy's
Wilson
pass
got
rushers.
picked a couple of picks ago. Who did he get picked by? The Ohio
Who?
State kid. Garrett Wilson from Ohio State got picked. I
Yeah,
don't
he
know,
did.
5-6 picks ago.
Oh shit. I'm asleep.
He got picked.
And I don't know.
Okay, so you do it.
He got picked by the Jets.
Oh, that's right.
That was at the 10th.
Just AC, do you know the Jets stand for something?
Well, I know that they stand for sucking, but that's
Well, that's true. The Jets stand for just end the season.
like they should just
Go back. They should go to Division One AA.
I think they'd lose there too.
They're really bad.
Just combine them and the Giants and you'll have an NFL team.
Yes. That's, you know what, Scott? You brought up something earlier. It's so true. The only actual New York team is the Bills. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I love when I don't know if you guys saw when Josh Allen corrected them on that. Like one of the guys in the media called them like when you play this New York team, we're the only New York team.
They are. It's
Yeah.
so bad. You know, if New Jersey doesn't want to claim you, you really suck. You're like,
I do like that Jersey is paying for some for the new Bill Stadium.
Can you imagine being so pathetic that New Jersey doesn't want to claim you? They don't have anything. It's
Do
all
you blame them?
the armpit.
I'd
of the
rather
world.
I'd rather have Rutgers under like sanctions.
Rutgers is the best football team in New Jersey.
I think if there's like a technical school, they're probably better too.
I think it would have been smart if the
Wow,
Bills
Casey. Wow, I'm surprised by that. I saw the Kansas City pick. Kind of
Wow,
surprising.
trading up to 21.
I don't know who they could have.
I would have.
There's no wide receivers left, so I'm gonna
No,
go. Chiefs.
I get why they took what they took. Makes sense because they're kind of bad at that spot, like really, really bad at that spot.
I'm just still stuck on this whole AJ Brown thing. I might just look at that.
I don't blame you. That's a trade that no one saw coming, especially for that little.
Yeah, it was nothing. We have 2 third-round picks. It's like
Ready, I'm calling it Trent Duffy out of Washington, cornerback.
You already looked it up, AC. I saw you looking.
Yeah.
How'd you see
They-
it?
they-
For the draft tracker?
No, I was just making my prediction. I don't know who they took. I was just thinking.
You are a horrible liar, AC. I had to
He's
call like a
actually-
12-year-old liar.
He's only on ESPN. Like he's not. I'm sitting right beside him.
He's
It's a
not on his
video-
phone.
No, he's just on, but he's only on the NFL draft tracker.
They might be a little ahead.
It doesn't. Who'd you say they picked?
Well,
No.
I think it's gonna be Trent Duffy.
Yeah, look, if they don't have a team to him or a star beside him, he actually did. Just if that's who it is, he guessed it. See, look, I don't know if you can see it because we're in the dark.
Yeah, I
a
can
little
see
bit.
it.
But there's no like star beside. Who they picked?
I don't know.
It's in there now. I saw it on the phone.
Is it corner? Like what?
No, I-
They need it. They lost what's his name? Travis Ford to San Francisco. And Honey Badger's still a free agent.
Look on Bleacher Report.
Nope. I called it.
So the thing is on him calling. I'll get this is so he didn't look, but the top ranked player on the NFL
Was.
thing on was him.
It's Jermaine Johnson. The end out of Florida State.
Oh,
Jermaine.
I'm gonna give it
Trent-
to him. I'm gonna give it to him because he said
All right,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm,
Duffy,
I'm,
not Nick
I'm gonna,
Duffy.
I'm gonna give it to him
him.
too.
I have.
Yeah,
to,
he was. I'll give him props because he was definitely definitive about it.
I'm
If
like
he was
almost
Green
cheating,
Bay.
he would have said their name right.
and
That's true too.
wasn't on any of like the cheater sites to look. He was just on NFL
I'm gonna
draft.
give it
Track.
to him. Nope, I'm gonna give it to him.
So
Yeah,
I
points
will-
points to the smartest
Call
man in the
stand.
house.
The call's not
Yeah.
confirmed. The call stands.
Yeah, that's
so does Green Bay take him just reach for a receiver here? Just to, like
Where-
against Aaron Rodgers.
the draft tracker. Who's the wide receivers they have? Who, look for the best available wide receivers.
So the
Go
top
up to
We're
the
gonna
top.
take a corner too.
Yeah, so he doesn't even know how to navigate this app, so he definitely didn't cheat.
Christian Watson, Guy Moore, John Mitchell III.
Oh no, the North Dakota State wide receiver. That's where
Mitchie's intriguing because he's like a faster Randall Cobb.
that North. But I think I seen some mocks that had the Packers picking that North Dakota State guy
Man, that poor baby.
receiver. They're gonna pick.
Man,
the
that's
North-
child abuse.
That woman is just throwing that kid around.
That's like a 3-year-old.
Oh gosh, both of them.
Whose house are they with all
Holy
those
smokes?
little babies?
Who's this?
It's gotta be his agent's house. We should have one more
Like
guess,
Duffy.
maybe.
The Packers picked the North Dakota State guy. That's my guess, and I haven't cheated yet.
I'm not looking on.
But that's who I would take if I was them. That's who I think they're going to take. And I seen a bunch of mocks where he was.
Why?
Sorry, you have Bird behind you. I have two sons arguing beside me.
I think the bird's more egotistical.
Actually, now we're kind of three. Three sons arguing.
I'm. Oh boy, we do have one more guest. He called in. Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh boy, and we got
Hey,
we got Ben Grimaldi from on the line
LA.
too.
Ben, the Cowboys fan, showing up right about the time the Cowboys are going to draft.
Gee, it's a coincidence,
like,
isn't it?
It's not a coincidence.
We're in the doomsday scenario where the Cowboys may select Tyler Smith and Cowboys Nation will freak the F out.
You can say the word if you want to.
Hey, Ben, how do you like that Eagles pick, the AJ Brown?
It's concerning. It's
It should be.
definitely not.
And they got the D line. Well, they should have got Kyle Hamilton, but that's a whole nother story. But the AJ Brown thing made everything better.
Yeah, it did because I mean Jordan Davis, as good as he is and as dominant as he should be, he just he's a really good player and he was awesome last year for Georgia. But the weight issues, he couldn't stay on the field not stay on the field, but he wasn't on the field for a high number of snaps. So he doesn't scare me. AJ
Does
Brown
not that
feels like a
4.340
more
that
worrisome
Eagle
thing.
runs? That doesn't scare you when he's going to be chasing down your fragile quarterback.
He can't. He's not going to be chasing anybody down. I mean, he may collapse the pocket, but he's not chasing them.
Oh, he ran like a 4.340.
Yeah,
Oh.
but he's not really known as a pass rusher.
No, not at all. He's a collapse.
Well,
the
since
pocket,
that
run
Cowboys
stuff
don't have
kinda
that great of
guy.
an offensive line anymore, it's not going to be hard to get through. Might have to chase anyone now. He
There's
could
still a draft
like
left,
smother
there's
him.
Still free agency left,
The Packers
I missed this.
they did not draft the wide receiver.
They never do.
They drafted linebacker from Georgia.
What the?
Aaron Rodgers comes back, and this is what he gets.
Aaron Rodgers pissed.
How are his pass catching abilities?
Buffalo
I'm
just traded
hoping
up to
they
pick
got
23.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Oh,
I didn't see the compensation. Probably it's not much from 25 to 23, but I'm intrigued who they get. They gotta be going. I don't know if they're gonna go. I really don't know the hell they're doing. I don't know if it's gonna be Brees Hall or Kyrie Elam. That's my two people they're picking, or Andrew Booth, the cornerback from Clemson.
Who, the Ravens?
The Ravens and Bills just made a trade.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Bills
the
moved
Bills-
up?
mhm.
They're just announcing it right now on ESPN.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's a good move by the Ravens. to
Well,
trade
it's
back.
only, it's only 2 picks. It's not gonna cost them. It's probably gonna cost them like one of their 6th-round picks. It's not gonna be much.
They wanted to jump Dallas, maybe. I don't know.
Could be. And the
For
pick
what? I
is
don't know.
like I know the pick. I don't hate it.
Actually, you know what, Ben? All jokes aside, I hated that pick, that Georgia pick. I hated it because Kyle Hamilton was right there.
Yeah, it was pick.
Yeah,
they gave up pick 130 to move up 2 spots.
How do you pass
Yeah.
up Kyle Hamilton and to draft a big, fat, dumb, another defensive lineman to go with the other 40 on the team? And then there, just like every other year, Kyle Hamilton goes next. That was a horrible pick by the Eagles.
That was a worst pick by the Packers.
The Packers
I
are.
don't- I don't think-
They did draft Jordan Love. That was pretty bad.
Quay Walker, when you need Quay Walker is their pick, by the way. He was an inside linebacker.
They're lucky they play in the worst division in pro sports between us and the Lions. 4 wins every year.
According to the draft thing I sent Mary Lee and Josh, Quay Walker is like the 8th best linebacker.
So have
Adam
7
Lloyd's still
other
there.
linebackers gone?
What do you want,
none,
here,
actually.
Scott? You want a running back? You said.
I saw who the pick is, or I'm not totally mad. And hey, tradition continues. Buffalo's on the clock, and it's a commercial.
There's a commercial. You called it.
It's gotta be. It's probably like a jab like it's Berman.
Maybe.
How can we piss this guy off more? I think this was partially the. If that's the, I mean, I'm seeing all sorts of different names. I don't know. Like, I'm intrigued. I'm not mad if it's like Elam. Like, if Kyrie Elam's the pick, that's a hell of a guy to get.
Did you like the Von Miller signing?
I loved it. I mean, I got 2 T-shirts already. It says like Von Miller time on it. So.
Yeah, that caught me by surprise. I didn't know they had that kind of money.
They worded it funny. I mean, you want to talk about capology? Brandon Beat's been pretty good at it.
Yeah, they had that. I know the
It's a-
defensive contracts typically shorter shelf life, but
Especially at
it's
33
a lot
years
of money. A lot of money. Have they paid Allen yet? No, right?
old. Yeah, they paid him.
They did. Okay, they did pay Allen. All right.
They paid Allen. They extended
Paid
Diggs.
Diggs. Yeah.
I'm
White,
turning my
right?
phone over. Huh?
White was the same year as Mitch, right? He came out
Yeah, and White got paid.
17.
Yeah, and they traded. That's how they got Josh Allen because they traded back with the Chiefs. Chiefs got Mahomes. Buffalo got White at 27,
Wow. What a pick.
and yeah, they got like they had 21 and 22. Then they traded with Cincinnati. They swapped like first and Cody Glenn, who's not in the NFL anymore.
Yeah.
And then they gave him 2 seconds to go from 12 to 7. That's how they got Josh Allen. So basically, an out of the league offensive lineman who's out of shape. And
Who was it?
second-round
Was
picks.
it Denver? Who was it? Who did they trade up with?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Okay.
So, Scott, are you
Yes.
seeing a corner drafted by the
Yeah.
Bills?
It's either going to be it's probably going to be a cornerback or it's going to be Brees Hall, the running back from Iowa State.
The cornerback from Florida.
Yeah,
you guys
that's
still
my
have
guess.
Milano, right?
Yes, they do. They extended him. He's under contract for 2 more years.
It's Elam
It's not
from Florida.
Lloyd.
Is who they drafted.
I'm fine with that.
It was him and Hall, right?
Huh? Yeah. That
They
so
were
you got
1-2.
so you got Kyrie Elam and you got Troy White as your cornerbacks plus Hyde and Boyer back there. Pass on it.
Ben, who are the Cowboys to pick?
I mean, the only name I got is Tyler Smith because that's the only one that's been talked about possible Jermaine Johnson. I mean, maybe they take the edge. Maybe they're
Since-
talking about a trade. I see
Did
the
Gregory
people
come
more-
back or did he leave?
He went to Denver.
He did leave. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went to Denver because Jerry Jones put offset language in his contract. And he told him to go to hell.
Not Jerry. Not Jerry.
Yeah,
Davon.
yeah.
Stay
Okay,
on.
sorry, Steve on.
So let's hope it's a trade too. The best thing for me, I'd love to see him trade. Actually, I'd love to see him pick Arnold E from Penn State. That's my favorite pick right now, but I don't think that's happening.
At first I thought the Bills they were eyeing him, Dean.
Yeah.
Because I mean they did
Yeah, so-
meet with him, but
Oh.
but I saw who the pick is, and it's like the last person they did private workouts with. I'm not mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said John Donaldson wasn't going to make it.
I did not say anything like that.
I remember.
I said he was gonna be a first round pick.
You said he was you said he was late first or second.
I think they maybe trade now, so that's my guess.
I remember when you said that.
They're going to take Matt Azaria, Ben. They're going punter
Who?
first round. The punter from San Diego State, just to piss you off.
If they're on the
Yeah,
clock.
it's
There we
yeah.
go.
They get a first and a fourth to move up 2 spots. That's fine by me.
The Eagles, with their drafting, I think is they see something like interesting, like one interesting thing, and they go.
You know, I think the Packers are going to draft the next Jordy Nelson, the kid from North Dakota State.
Maybe
Christian Watson.
Yeah, I do think so. I'm like looking at like the draft
Sky
coming up
Moore.
and different people. No, the Christian Watson.
Yeah, I'm Sky Moore.
Sky, but
Oh,
no, but
Sky Moore. That's an interesting name.
It's a name drop, isn't it?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wonder what Dallas is going to do. I'm actually really intrigued, like surprised here. Like, what or intrigued would be a better word.
Well, there's already. I'm seeing rumors on Twitter that they're trading out, but nobody knows. I mean, obviously we don't know that for sure yet. It looks like they're trading though. That's the sense I'm getting.
I mean, you kind of do know, like, it seems like everybody's ahead of ESPN. Like the AJ Brown thing, I
Well-
think about like 5-10 minutes before it happened. And we even
They
knew how much
would-
extension and everything.
It's remember this isn't it's live taped, like a better words to use a production term, where it's probably
think-
live, but they're like about a minute and a half behind, and they
I
just can't
think-
catch up.
I think TV is like 8 minutes behind everything. It's ridiculous.
Yes, and I blame Mary Lee for that.
Everything's my fault. Sorry.
Hey,
Well,
since I haven't seen you in a while, Ben, what's it like? How's your dad life going?
Crazy.
You being, I know it is crazy, right?
Absolutely crazy. I got a almost 9-month-old and a 3.5-year-old.
I know that crazy with 3 boys that are like were very close to me here earlier. Now was because this is the first time I seen you or talked to you, I think, since we saw each other at the Yankees game. And now you're like a
That was-
dad too.
Yeah. Well,
Do you sleep much or
hope it.
you gave that up?
Yeah. I get my 4 or 5 hours a day. You know.
You know that, yeah. I'm just you know what drives me nuts is when people have kids and they sleep because none of my kids did ever for years.
Yeah.
And you get those people that have kids and their kids sleep through the whole night when they're like 1, and I want to throat punch them because my kids never slept ever. So it's nice to know that you're going through it in a nice way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. It's great.
it's great. Yeah. I'm just happy my kids are out of that. But congratulations on being the dad 2 times now.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. That's it, man. I'm done.
You got any cowboy stuff for him? You buy lots of cowboy stuff?
Early on, yeah. He likes football too. He'll sit there, but my daughter, she watched
Yeah.
the whole football season. She would stare at the TV when the games were on. Just stare.
That's cool though. That's even
I
like
can-
that. Like
Yeah.
I can
that.
get her Bill stuff if you want.
Hey, you can send me
So-
those stuff. It's just to poop in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I thought you like that.
Change
I was
around.
gonna say,
You can strap it on like old school.
I was thinking more like that. I would send Eagles stuff for that.
Don't
You know what?
encourage that. Send Giant stuff. Don't encourage that.
Yeah, or Jet stuff. We don't have to make fun of our own teams. You know what? I'm not
That's
even
true.
the Cowboys right now. I'm so happy about the AJ Brown thing. I don't care who the Cowboys draft.
He's
I
like
hope they-
Cloud9.
Yeah, well, I care.
I know you do. Like, I don't think they're going to trade. Well, I mean, if they wanted to trade back, they have to find a partner. And who wants to
Yeah.
trade up? I think the majority of the teams wanted to trade back because there's so much.
All
Yeah,
good.
Kansas City already came up. Detroit came all the way up.
All right.
Maybe somebody wants Malik Willis.
Yeah, you would think, right? He's still somebody wants that fifth year option.
And there's no
I
like.
mean, I would take it in a heartbeat if I needed a quarterback. I'm sorry, I would.
But who
Someone's
needs
going to come and grab him just for the fifth year option, like Marr a couple of years ago. The Ravens did that.
Yeah, and they're
Detroit's
laughing their ass off.
the first pick in the second round.
Till they got Pay Lamar.
That is because there's no one that's coming up that needs it. Wait, no, Detroit is the last pick in the first round this year, right?
They traded it with.
I think they
Minnesota.
traded it.
Oh, so but they have the
Minnesota's got
first,
the last pick.
so right.
Minnesota could do it. Shit.
So Detroit is has the first pick in the second round, though. So they didn't trade that away, did
No,
they?
No.
Yeah, they did.
So then that's where
Yeah, they did.
Minnesota.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Minnesota's got picks 32 and 34, I think.
Oh, they traded them both. Well, they moved up 16 spots
Yeah.
or whatever it was. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's still not bad to move up that far in the draft.
Yeah, but you need a
Who
quarter.
did they
Can't have
do that for?
Jameson Williams
Oh, coming off a torn ACL. Wow.
only hurts when you walk on it, Devin.
Kevin White vibes.
Yeah,
I'll tell you-
as a young,
I say
I think I lost count how many injuries he had.
Two.
the ACL
many.
thing might not scare you, but it's a. I would not draft anyone early coming off an ACL injury. That happened in January.
Right.
You're not going to redshirt.
Not
like,
when you're the
redshirt
when
in
you're the
top.
Lions. I mean, you need,
If you had like the Bills receiver core, I could see
You
because
need
you could go
depth.
just sit a year and learn.
right. You need depth. Is Dallas? They lost that center, didn't they? What's his name? Frederick.
They lost him a while ago, didn't they?
Retired. Yeah, he retired.
Have they replaced him yet?
No, the Iowa center's still there.
Right.
The big
That
center
could be
guard,
that could be the pick.
Tyler Linden. Yeah, that would be a good pick.
That'd be a great pick for them. I mean, he's a class kid too. Like he's like world class. Like he always he got like NIL money just donated to that children's
That's
hospital in
probably the
Iowa.
best pick. Ben, would you like that pick?
Yeah, I would love it, but they're not going to pick him. It looks like it's going to be Tyler Smith, and Cowboys fans are going to just freak that fuck out.
There we
You
go.
called it.
Probably. I was waiting for
I mean,
Tyler
if
Smith
that
is
is in
boy.
fact the case, now you know what the Eagles have gone through for the past however long Howie Roseman's been GM.
Tyler Smith, O-line, Tulsa is the draft pick for the Cowboys.
Yep.
This is when
The
yeah, like,
first name he said when he got on was that.
Yep.
It's impressive,
it's like almost know our teams are what they're gonna do.
right?
Yeah, it is kind of pathetic that people get paid enormous amounts of money to talk and put out these ridiculous mock drafts
Mhm.
when all
That's
of
why
us,
we do it for free.
better.
Yeah.
like we know our own teams better than these idiots.
Just awful.
Man, I would have picked the Iowa kid. Gosh, he can play center and guard.
Who?
No, he's a center.
No,
He's strictly
he's
center.
a pure center.
Yeah,
He's a
that's the
ZBA.
trap,
He's
huh?
a zone blocking team center.
So be it. Like really good center.
He's got probably like AC length arms. By the way,
He's got it. How wide are your arms there, young buck?
no, I mean like right this second AC, not like portions. I mean just literally his length.
No, I meant like I thought you were talking about wingspan.
Yeah, I am talking about. I'm talking about his wingspan like right this
I'm
second. not,
curious
like-
how far his wingspan is, since he's like as tall as me right now, which isn't saying much, but still.
yeah, I was like, you're pretty short. I think you're like Marilee Gallagher short.
Man, how tall are you? Like 5'4"? I'm not.
Just about, yeah, the 5'4" and 3/4.
All right, there, Scott. I'm not 5'4", 5'8".
Yeah,
If I'm-
my youngest.
Wearing my
Yeah,
Jordan.
Brody's gonna be how much taller than you? Brody gonna be taller than you?
Birdie's almost as taller than me right now. My 8-year-old's 5 foot tall.
How do you think I feel? My 12-year-old nephew's 6'1".
That's embarrassing for someone that's 5'8" and not and way older than
It's
12.
embarrassing for. Yeah, trust me. I was gonna buy him a custom Bills jersey this year. Then my brother texted me, "Don't buy it yet. He grew again."
It will be not funny at all when in 8-10 years when they're like with the second pick in the NFL draft, Brody Swartz goes to the offensive tackle from Penn State. I'll be getting the last laugh of my son being taller than me at 12. Brody, no
Yeah.
joke. Brody, he's 5 foot, like a $120, 8-year-old. Like, I don't know if
Nick. I really know how it goes, dude. Like, trust me. Like, my youngest nephew, I just like, God, stop eating, kid.
I'm convinced that the mailman maybe or the milkman or somebody that's not.
I think Phil and I used to make that joke about Brody with you.
Yeah, it's not me. Like I was like a $140 in high school, and I'm like 5'7", 5'8". Brody's 5 foot 8.
Nick, I'm sending you a picture of him like playing like Little League. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna look right now. There's Josh Allen
I
picture.
thi-
I think he's on steroids, but just saying. Yeah, he might need to get tested. That's the kind of stuff to get you tested tomorrow. How old
No,
is that?
that's not. That kid's 12.
Wow. That's a big fella. And Josh Allen's definitely getting tested tomorrow for PED.
No, he didn't make any pot jokes, so he's good.
We'll see.
Well, that's what McAfee would always. That's why he'd always get tested because he'd always make pot jokes.
Wait, what's it?
All right. Well, I gotta log off. I'm disappointed.
man.
And I'll tell you what though. I didn't like Michael Parsons' pick last year, and look how that worked out. So you never know.
You didn't like that pick? Oh my God!
Jesus, here we go.
Like, go.
Nick,
First of all,
Nick
Barely
would
give
have
me-
killed
give me-
for that pick.
He's from Harrisburg. Great area.
Merely, give me a drink right now. I don't care what it is. Make it strong.
But he didn't show
He's
anything. at
he's
Penn
gonna
State
go
that-
down as one of the best linebackers in the history of the NFL. And you didn't see that? Oh my
No,
goodness!
nobody saw.
This is
it.
when he
And
blows
look,
his ACL out and he wonders why.
he showed no pass rushing ability like he did in the NFL. At
Well, they
Penn
they
State.
don't.
It was
This
crazy.
was the defense that Penn State ran.
No, I mean they didn't run the same stuff. You know, it's you didn't
Yeah.
see the same ability that he showed in Dallas that he had at Penn State. I mean, it may have been in there. You know, he may have not have played enough football, but it didn't look like he was going to be what he was in Dallas. I mean,
You know,
he's
he had-
awesome,
so-
he's going to be an awesome player, but you just didn't.
In high school, he was
That's
a
all-
running back. He's like third,
Yeah,
I think, in
yeah.
Pennsylvania history with like touchdowns, rushing yards, fast, big, sideline to sideline.
So is
It was
David
all
Clowney.
there. Penn State that was holding them back. Just the scheme that they ran, not blitzing their backers and having them fall back more than put pressure.
Yeah.
And he was a straight line.
Yep.
He wasn't an edge at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you couldn't have predicted he was going to be what he was.
Did
That's why I
Baltimore
didn't
make
like
a
the
pick, or are they really waiting this long? Sorry to cut you off, guys.
But Ben, Michael Parsons is awesome. My favorite Cowboy. He went to a great college.
Yeah, I know. You love your Penn State guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did go to school there for like 8 years. I'm like Van Wilder at Penn State. So, yeah, of course I love it. I'll be paying student loans for the rest of my life. So, yes, me and Penn State are connected at the hip.
You know it. All right, guys. Good luck to
All right,
your
man, have a
success
good
with
one.
The Eagles.
Thanks
All
for coming on, Ben.
right. All right. Bye-bye.
Cowboys suck.
And we're so subtle about this. I think I'm gonna buy this those like blue green and yellow suits for Nick for his birthday.
The thing is, I don't dislike the Bills at all. I don't even dislike the Cowboys that much. It's Cowboys fans that don't live in Dallas, like Ben,
Yes.
live in New York,
Yeah,
or like
trust me,
the
my
five Philadelphia.
my old boss was the same way as him. Like he's from like Long Island and he's a diehard Cowboys fan. I'm like, didn't you get beat up a lot?
So the thing is that the majority of Cowboys fans don't live in Dallas, and that's what bothers me. I'm not saying that Ben's not a legit Cowboys fan because he is.
Oh, I agree.
But-
The only reason that you should be a Cowboys fan if you live in another state is if you were born in Dallas and you moved. That's it. That is the
Or-
only reason. But because of that
Or
whole
you have
America's
family and
team
it was like
bullshit,
passed down.
it's
Like,
true. That is, yeah, that's
they're the
fair.
only
If,
two
you know,
reasons.
you watched football with your grandfather and that was his team or whatever. But like this America's team bullshit of the
Yeah.
80s and the 90s led to so many Cowboys fans around the country who, and they're the worst. Like you said, literally, they're the absolute worst.
And you know, in our area, like they're everywhere, and people became Cowboys fans in Philly just because they wanted to piss Philly fans off.
Dude,
Not 'cause-
Dominic Brown was a
was a
fucking
mixture-
Cowboys fan. You remember that?
Yes. Yes, I do. How many of them are there though? In this area, people cheer for the Giants, Jets, well, not the Jets, the Giants, Cowboys, or the Eagles. And the Cowboys fans, for two reasons why they cheer for them. When they were growing up, the Cowboys were winning, and to piss off Eagles fans. That's it.
Yep. 100%.
So I have no respect for like the majority. Now, you know, Lake Ben, and I have another buddy that's a Cowboys fan, but I don't understand how there's so many Cowboys fans nowhere near Dallas.
Yeah, it's literally the America's team bullshit, like we talked about.
Yeah. BS.
Yeah, and they stopped being America's team like
It's like being a Bears
Years
fan.
ago. Yeah. No, we get it with the Cubs because the Cubs were on WGN forever. So it's
Ever.
like,
Yeah.
you know, people watch the Cubs from
Harry
whenever.
Carey
Which
doing the 1 o'clock game
it's
forever.
different with baseball. Yeah, baseball's more casual than football. I feel like football, you get one
Unless you're in
team,
Philadelphia, you-
kind of it.
And you make fun of like Tug McGraw running the bases. Wow. There's your
Interesting.
Lindenbaum.
yeah.
I
I tell you
don't
what,
hate it.
Ravens are the best. They draft better than any
There he
team that
goes. Yep.
they do.
But who's
And
it, who
even
the hell is
with, what's his
I still
name?
want to see what they do with I want to see what they do with Lamar.
Yeah.
Like,
don't
I mean,
know.
I think he gets one more year.
And like you let him walk, you give him like you have to give him you can't give him a 5-year deal. You can't
That's
give
the
him like
team that
Josh
should
Allen
be.
money.
They should be in the Debo sweepstakes because they're like a Debo
Absolutely.
away from just destroying the AFC.
Because they always need
But
receivers.
they can't stay healthy.
They can't stay healthy. They just can't keep them because there's like Lamar doesn't throw the ball to me.
Yeah, that too. But I feel like, man, combination of Debo and Lamar,
Like I said,
fantasy
this kid's like
football.
this kid's is a classic. Like
in
if
real
the
life.
Bills needed, I would say if the Bills needed a center, I'd say this is the guy I would love to have seen in Buffalo.
They had him in like the top 15 for a long time. Like
Yeah.
people in
Yeah,
he's
Tennessee just traded their pick.
Oh, the Tennessee Titans traded their pick
To the
Someone's going
Jets.
Get a quarterback. Oh no, who the hell are they picking?
Yeah, why are the Jets coming up?
I think they're just
Uh,
loading up on picks.
So this is
Lloyd.
their
I'm going to say
pick.
Devin Lloyd.
Yeah, they just keep on adding to
That's
the
a lot
defense.
for an inside linebacker, though.
Yeah,
Another
the Jets,
receiver?
the Jets are
He's-
just going to try to play extra
know what?
players on the field this year because they think that'll help them.
Lloyd.
probably
That's a
wouldn't-
great,
That D end.
great-
That D end is
That's-
still there, isn't he,
The
Johnson?
Florida State guy, yeah, Jermaine Johnson. That's a
Yeah.
hell of a
No,
kid.
Jermaine Johnson
20.
or Lloyd. Jermaine Johnson at the end or Lloyd
Yeah.
at linebacker.
Johnson's
that's-
still
If
there.
it's Lloyd, Jermaine Johnson's is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers player. I guarantee it.
Yeah, they love their
And he's
They
the
drafted
Florida State
our
guys.
linebacker last year, right?
And look at
Tyron,
this, look at this.
Tryon.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? That's worse than Linderbaum.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Isn't it crazy how good wrestlers are at everything? That's what I'm. Like wrestlers are good players. It's the truth.
Well, especially
And-
the heavyweights because they got such they got violent hands. That's why they love them.
Well, hands. You got good center of gravity.
Balance.
Aggressive.
Yeah, exactly.
The discipline that sport teaches you.
And well, they can just be pissed off at a moment's notice.
Look at this dude. The power. That's called a tight waist right there. And then, like, can you imagine wrestling that dude? Oh my goodness. Look at
That's
that.
pretty cool. They got the Nets named on the back of the
yeah,
singlet.
just won a state championship.
All right, guys, this was fun. I'm hopping off.
Yeah. Take care, Devin.
Good to
Thanks
see you,
for coming on,
Scott.
man.
Nice meeting the both
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah. See ya.
Yep, nice talking to you.
See you around.
Well, as we got Ben on, like Ben was worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
I
I
have-
mean, you got to get a Cowboys fan and an Eagles fan in the same room, you know?
Absolutely. I just let it. I'm just gonna sit back and watch.
especially in a year where we actually didn't have a bad draft.
No,
Oddly.
you had a great. I think yeah.
The
I don't
Hamilton,
get them.
but it's still all in all. The AJ Brown
You-
erases Hamilton.
You got like the best no frills receiver in football.
He's just got to stay healthy.
Yeah, that's the
You
big
heard-
thing.
I think that's weird. I think that's why it's with Debo. If it's true, these ones to be traded has not been traded. It's because I think.
How old is AJ Brown? 25, 26?
Tell you 2 seconds. I love how you just say. I love trends in football because it's like you just say like he's 24. He'll be 25 in June.
Oh, that's such a good pick. That's like such a good trade. You're getting a
I would
guy
say he's
that-
like.
or-
Yeah, you can have him. He's going to sign a third contract.
I mean, well, so they got him for 4, so he'll be
Right,
like
so it'll be 29.
Yeah,
It would be for a new
29.
deal. Look at a third deal. I still can't believe Green Bay took Quay Walker. I'm sorry, that's hilarious to me. I think we've heard Phil say fuck a couple times too if he's watching.
Yeah. I want to know.
Especially when they. I have no clue what the Jets are doing.
That's what I'm really.
I would get honestly, if I'm them, I would
Hey.
go receiver unless. I'd go like I think it's someone on the offensive side. Give Zach Wilson another weapon, maybe. Like
It's not.
it could be. It's not used the pick already.
I see it.
Is it defense?
Yeah.
Good. I was just
If you-
scared of like Brees. I was scared of like Brees Hall. Who's it? Dean or
It's Jermaine Johnson. They came back up
I
and got Jermaine Johnson was
Yeah.
a top 10, 15. You
I
know,
think they also did. Yeah, they probably did jump Tampa Bay because they figured Tampa Bay was going to take them.
well now Tampa Bay, like there's some decent, there's a lot of talent left. Like that's the thing is that there was no real other than there was 4 guys probably at the top, 5 maybe, and then everyone else was kind of the same for the next round and a half. So who did the Bucks pick?
That's a great question.
I mean, there was reports earlier Jermaine Johnson was going to go to the
Like
Eagles.
Seattle,
the
in
top,
9. I saw him go that high. I saw him sneak into like top 10, like 9-8. Like hell, even with the Giants made sense.
Yeah, ESPN was saying that there was a 1% chance that he was going to be available at pick 24, let alone
Yeah.
pick 26.
I can't believe
If
they
you
went to 26. I would have thought he'd been. I really thought he was going to go to the Giants or the Eagles. The Eagles, they were going up and getting them. They have to go up. They didn't have to. They could have
Yeah,
jumped
I
back
saw-
into the first round.
Yeah.
How are the Jags back on the clock?
They must trade Tampa Bay.
Huh.
Any offensive tackles worth the shit left?
Casey, you got the draft tracker out?
Smith, Penning, Cross.
So
I'm just seeing who's
they
left.
got the Devin Lloyd. Devin Lloyd's available. That
They
first
did. They did this Miles Jack. I mean, that would make sense. They could get the best. They could get the best outside. They could get one of the best outside linebackers in the draft at 27. That's phenomenal.
or
Barring
they
just-
Booth, the corner from Clemson.
that wouldn't be a bad pick either. Like they did, or they could go, like they said, they could go up at the line. They could be. Literally, Jackson could do anything and it'd be good for them.
There's a lot of talent left on the board here.
Yeah, there's gonna be teams moving up. Like I'm telling you, to move up into like early 30s to get like
I'm
second
telling
round
you what,
talent. If they get,
The Packers are drafting a wide receiver.
they got to. I mean,
They're going to draft
If I'm-
this Chris. I'm really dead set on this pick. The Christian.
I don't.
State.
I'm not refuting it. I think they should. I mean, they should take anyone. I think they should. The rest of the draft, they should go like receiver, tight end.
Yeah, no, the rest of the draft they go receiver and they have a lot of picks.
I mean, it couldn't hurt, right?
I mean, they need Aaron Rodgers needs someone to throw to, so they need some wide
Yeah.
receiver. I think they got Sammy Watkins. Right? Then they get Sammy Watkins,
For 1 year.
and he's always hurt, so he'll get hurt by game 3.
Yeah, we were all joking about that, like those in cold front report and all that. We were joking like, how quickly does he get hurt and just piss off Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, like the Packers have to get.
I would
they-
laugh like some like the Bills trade up here and get like Brees Hall, like with Green Bay. Go like, yeah, you can have our second and third.
If they don't draft a wide receiver,
I will laugh hysterically.
yeah, I know one person won't be laughing, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he won't care because he's getting $50 million a year.
His bed, and now he gets to lie in it and roll in his money. Like he chose money over winning. It's
Yep.
pretty clear.
And that's why Tom. One of the reasons that Tom Brady's been so successful his whole career is that
Oh,
he's
he
always
took enough money. Yeah, and you get receivers like Randy Moss. Like, yeah, I'll take less money to play for Tom Brady. Why the hell not? I
even
go win a
this year,
Super Bowl.
restructured his contract so that the Bucks could give what's his name? He's a Penn State guy too. Oh my gosh, I went blank here. AC. Why
Goodwin, Chris Goodwin.
Yeah, Godwin. Yeah, Godwin.
Got him over.
Yeah, Penn State
Yeah,
guy.
they did. I mean, he's gonna. I mean, he probably won't be ready till like middle of the week, middle of the season. But yeah,
So Tampa Bay's getting 33, 106, and 180.
that's
Man,
not
he was
bad.
great. Like I see these guys giving up all these picks, and he was to trade up.
Sorry, I'm staring at Anna Kendrick. You can stop talking. And there goes my a-hole. And Marilee's like just muted herself so she doesn't like strangle maybe being an asshole.
No, I had to mute myself because my phone doesn't have a headphone jack. So in order to put the headphones in, I can't charge my phone. I went down to like 9% battery, so I had to take the headphones out so I could charge it for a couple minutes.
I kind of felt bad
Yeah,
that we like, over the draft for like your other guests on here, Scott.
No, I mean they were all like that's why we were all here, man. It's just to bring people on.
And I mean, the most fun about doing something like this is talking shit. You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely. That's why I love it. It's like, I mean, I'll have like draft recaps for weeks now. It's good.
yeah. I mean, like there's so much time in between the drafts, and everybody knows these guys. You got to talk draft, talk a little WWE.
Oh, Marilee and I usually do like we usually have a decent organized show when we have it.
Devin Lloyd, picked by the Jags.
I like it. Again, I think everyone but like Matt Zaria, I like it. I'm intrigued where he goes, the punter from San Diego State. Someone like in the third round is gonna like say, screw it, I'm gonna take him.
You're loving this punters being drafted. If there's a punter drafted in the
Dude.
first 3 rounds, there's something wrong.
Has
I
punter
seen
ever
the
just, like-
punter. I know he's really good.
I'm just
He's
like,
really
I'm saying-
good. I'm sorry, I would not pick any punt
Oh, I wouldn't either.
in the
I'm just
first 3
laughing
rounds.
hysterically. Like,
Unless like,
if you needed nothing
maybe
else,
the Bills or the Bucks. Yeah, the Bills, Bucks. Like there's some teams that couldn't pick a punter
no, I think
in
the
the
Bills
first 2
are still.
rounds.
I'm telling you, the Bills are still eyeing what's his name, that Iowa State running back Brees Hall. If he falls out of the first round, I can guarantee you they're going to probably talk to like the Vikings and see if we can trade up. Or like I said, maybe talk to Green Bay right here and say, fuck it, no, up to 26 and just take them. Or 28, sorry. I can't read numbers from far away, apparently.
So who? What do you think the Bills need? A running back?
Maybe another receiver, another lineman. I mean, they got what they got their biggest need.
But they don't actually need anything.
Not now. I mean, their biggest need was a second cornerback because Levi Wallace went to Pittsburgh. And now, so you got 2 guys you take in the late 20s as your starting cornerbacks who might be really good. Like their defense has like zero, like it's almost no weakness.
Yeah, I just don't think. But they don't have any needs. Like they have
They-
wants, but they don't have any needs. They don't need anybody.
Yeah, they don't have like the holy shit. I need. Well, they needed a corner. They need a second corner. That's about it. That was like their holy shit. I need this guy. Like I like Jackson Hill, but
And the Eagles.
I like the Jackson Hill guy, but he
Oh,
plays
man.
too many positions. He's just not good at one. He's good. I mean, he's not great at one. He's good at everything. Like he can play any position on the secondary. I'll left with Green Bay.
Devin
picks
Lloyd,
him.
like the linebacker from
He's good.
this kid was in the top. Like he was. I thought he was someone that would get picked way earlier too.
I thought. I mean, he's screaming.
Kansas City
He's like
has- But then
I mean, I'm not saying they should pick him, but he's like a Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker.
yeah, no, he's a good linebacker. I can't believe Ben didn't like Micah Parsons. Like, how could you not like that dude? Is a freak of nature. Fast, strong.
I know about
sidelines-
77,000 people that didn't like him. Did you watch WrestleMania?
Yeah, I know a lot.
They put Zeke in.
But yeah,
Zeke in because,
I would have killed to have that pick. Literally would have
oh
killed
yeah,
Parsons.
but I won't use
never.
it. I won't,
You know what? He's the that I've ever
Like-
heard not like that pick.
well, I was saying don't use the whole running back former running back story because it said you hear my said. I don't know if you hear my wisecrack. I go like, yeah, so was David Clowney, which is scary to think. He's that big. He was playing running back in South Carolina, and he stayed home. Yeah, this guy's a
I'm just like, so I'm like
defensive end.
Eagles fan.
Ah, shit.
Eagles fans are they're like trade Jalen Rager right now. Get a 4th-round pick. It's kind of quick to give up on him. You can't trade Jalen Rager just yet.
I mean, if JJ is any example, we're never trading Jalen Rager. Like JJ should have been cut like 3 seasons ago.
Because yes, you're right, exactly. Because that would be Howie admitting, you can't trade Jalen Rager. You just can't. He's going if he does something like that, he's admitting that he is as
Bingo.
bad of a drafter as everything.
Yep, he's still out there trying to make people believe that Jalen Rager was a better pick than Justin Jefferson. But I get
I
it
know.
because that's
He will
his job. He has to defend, his shit. But at some point, like with the whole JJ thing, at some point you just got to give up. Like converting this guy into a tight end, having him put on like 20, 30 pounds, that's not suddenly going to make him good at his job.
No, that he's just got it. He should have cut ties with him. That was a horrible pick. But you nailed it earlier when you said like with the Justin Jefferson pick, like Justin Jefferson was right there. Everyone in the world thought that Justin Jefferson would be to the Eagles. He dropped in their lap, and they can't get over. They picked a punt returner. The Rager was good at TCU was returning punts, and they were thinking we're getting the next Deshaun Jackson, and they were wrong. They were very, very wrong. He's
That's
hurt.
why a friend of mine was kind of mad that we didn't draft a wide receiver and like we got AJ Brown and we didn't draft basically like take Burks instead. And I was like, listen, it's like Howie has missed on every wide receiver that he's tried to draft since Jeremy Maclin. Like he's really the last guy. Well, Devonta Smith, I guess too, but it's still early to kind of call that one way or the other. But like literally a guy who had a long, successful career with the Eagles, Jeremy Maclin would be the last proven wide receiver that we hit on. The other two we missed. And then Devonta Smith, which I'm hoping is going to end up being a hit. I mean, he had a solid rookie year, but still too early to kind of pick out what his career is going to look like.
Yeah, the AJ Brown thing was great. You're right, because the Eagles can't draft wide receivers. I mean, when is the last good one that Eagles had with Howie drafted or Andy Reid drafted? And I think Andy Reid drafted Maclin. But why not get a guy that we know is good, for
Right.
not that much?
Right, and he's still
And the
young.
Packers did not draft a wide. Wow, he's 24 years old. I didn't know he was that young.
We took like a 28, 29-year-old guy. We took a guy who's barely out of, draft age himself.
Well, he's
Yeah,
not. He's still on his rookie deal. I mean, he's.
Well,
I
he's
think
not
that- I
quite
think
distracted.
yet, so, right there in our wheelhouse. That one I still
Hey,
can't
listen,
get
I'm
over.
gonna get my.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they picked
You
the
want
defense.
to laugh? I saw the Packers. I know the Packers pick. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
so do I. I cannot.
Not
Aaron
possible.
Rodgers is gonna be freaking out.
He's gonna be. I don't care if he made his bed and rolled around with his money in it, but though he's gonna be throwing stuff.
Because he is an arrogant, self-centered dude. He's very pissed off right now. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. I have to get my kids to bed, and I will talk to you guys soon. Go
Yeah,
Eagles.
take care. Nick.
talking to you.
Thanks guys for coming on. Give my best to AC, Tanya, and all the rest of your, like 8,000 kids you got.
Thank you. I don't have 50,000 kids. 4.
You
All
got
right.
your football team that you're growing over there.
Yeah. Almost a basketball team, not a football team just yet. But we'll keep trying.
There
right,
you
talk-
go. Yep,
See
have a
ya.
good night.
So that was fun.
Yeah, that was a whirlwind.
I expected no less.
It's great though. It's good when you have people on who know what they're talking about, because then I don't feel the need to just
Yeah,
continually talk
yeah,
about
you
stuff
can
I don't know what I'm talking about. Like this
you
way I
can
can
literally
chime in
you
with
can
my
literally
business and call it a day.
yeah, I was like, or you could literally just chime in if you need, like, if hey, there's something going on, like something big, like on the trades, if you could get it.
I mean, but it was so weird this year because everybody was getting everything in advance. Literally, you're online and you're picking up everything
Well,
before you
like I
see it.
said, I can guarantee you the first round's done, or they're probably on the Minnesota pick at 32.
Oh, it has to be.
Because, like I said, they've got to talk. Talkers got to talk. It's
Yep.
like watching Impact Wrestling in like 2013. I was trying to get Vincent Verhey to come on to talk to Seattle.
Oh yeah.
Well, because he works for, like, I think he writes for like Football Outsiders for like the Seahawks.
Oh,
So like he kind of knows something. It'd be more of a clusterfuck. I'm like, yeah, you can say whatever you want to.
well, that's why you do a draft recap show, and you can kind of bring
I know,
people
guy.
on staggered. So it's like, hey, you're gonna be on from like 8 to 8:15, and you're gonna come on from that way. Everybody kind of gets to say their piece, and we're not all just
That
talking.
was the
over each
goal.
other.
I didn't
the,
expect Devin
the
to.
loudest voice in the room wins.
I didn't expect Devin to stay that long. I didn't expect Josh to stay that long. Like I thought they would say like 30 minutes. I told you guys.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
I thought
pretty
they
much
would,
on the whole time.
I thought, yeah, I was gonna say, I thought they were gonna be like Ben, where it was be like, okay, you're gonna be on for like 30 minutes and pop off. That's fine.
That's because that's how it was last time we did it. People
I
were
still think
more,
this-
like they would just kind of pop in for like 10, 15 minutes, talk about their team,
And get off.
talk about a couple
Yeah, that's
picks,
fine.
and then peace out. But hey, I mean, the more the merrier.
Yeah, like, that's how I looked at it. I was like, I think everyone invited came on tonight, which is good.
So they didn't pick a wide receiver. We're
Yeah,
talking about how Aaron Rodgers feels right now, but there's another prominent
There's-
Wisconsinian that we have not addressed, who was unable to make it onto our call. So how do you think he's feeling right now?
He's probably breaking shit at work. Especially with this guy. I mean, this guy, do you see the pick yet or no?
I did not.
Okay, I'll tell you about him in a second. I'm sure they're going to mention it too, because ESPN will be like 5 minutes behind.
Yeah, they're Andrew Whitworth's making the pick for some
Yeah,
reason.
I'm watching ESPN. Well, he's retired. He can do whatever he wants. I think.
But did he ever play
Wisconsin?
for the Packers? I know he played for the Rams.
No, he played for the Rams and the Bengals.
So it doesn't make much sense that he would announce the Packers pick.
I think it was literally, like I said, the MVP of the jerseys tonight. It's that guy that's wearing the Randall Cunningham Vikings jersey in Philly contingent. Who did the Patriots just take? No, they're only a pick ahead. It's not bad.
I was gonna say I'm still waiting on the Packers.
But so am I love how they called him Grandpa during like this year. The Rams did.
Yeah.
Well, he was 40 years old playing offensive tackle.
But hey, he was still doing it.
I don't know they got a Patriots like I'm looking up while we talk.
No, I guess he's not making the Packers pick. I guess they were just doing this random speech.
Because they needed to fill time.
Yeah. Yeah, as if the show's not long enough.
It's not that long. It's about the same length as a game.
Which is too long for a draft for one round.
I'm not ignoring you right now. I'm just reading like.
Well, I mean, they did replace their Devontae.
Yeah, that guy's like
slightly differently, but
I mean, he's
that's
intriguing for.
That's the furthest thing from help for Aaron Rodgers that they could get.
I mean, like I said, he's intriguing. Like, I mean, he's a hell of an athlete. They were using him to like spy quarterbacks, by the way.
Really?
At defensive tackle, yeah. And by the way, Macy, I think Macy's rage chewing right now. I can hear her chewing the rings behind me. I think she was the MVP of the broadcast, by the way, because you could hear her laughing through some of the picks. So I don't.
I keep swiping away the little Zoom box and then canceling myself out of the call. This is the second time I've done it now. So I did not hear what you were saying.
Oh, I said the MVP of the whole draft. The guess was definitely Macy for sure. Like laughing throughout half of it.
Yeah, that was funny.
I don't know if you guys could hear her.
I heard her a couple times.
But the ooh ah, that's her laughing.
Yeah,
I don't know if she could hear you.
Nick's kids
I mean,
were
I've got a
good.
headset on. I guess I don't know if you guys could hear I don't know if she could hear you guys through my headset or what, but it's still funny. But Penny's been accused of a sexual assault too. So this guy Devontae Wyatt, yeah.
Well, it didn't seem to hurt.
He was supposed to go earlier. Yeah, Ed Ware is raving about the Bills pick, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, the Patriots kind of reached for this pick a little bit. I'm just telling you that right now.
Who is the final pick?
Minnesota. Detroit had it from the Matt Stafford trade, then they traded up to get Jameson Williams.
Ah.
I'm sure glad I could just do this off the top of my head without trying, I was teasing people I asked people hey, what's your draft traditions? What do you do beforehand and all that? And everyone's like, oh yeah, I watch draft day. I I just watch old drafts. I'm like, dude, today I had a facial and a massage, and I played video games the rest of the day. That's all I did.
Oh.
Because that's definitely football related. I was playing Super Mario 3 in case you're caring what game I was playing.
Yeah, you're I wasn't even playing a sports game.
No, I do that. I just clear my head of everything.
Ah, hey, whatever works.
Yeah, I used to do it for studying for tests too. Yeah, they're getting a guy from UNC, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, home of Terrell Owens, by the way. I mean, I get it. They needed offensive line help, so I'm happy with this guy. Because they needed guard help. Grant's good for Mac Jones, but who's going to play secondary for you? You lost your best. You lost the best quarterback in the AFC East, and then he goes to freaking the Chargers, and you don't replace him yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I love Brandon Beane. He's saying basically the general manager of the Bills is basically saying I'll pick a guy if I need him. He's hinting at he's been he's saying stuff he's obviously he said we probably do need to take a corner, just a matter of where. And we take some people more Shane have him pay him he had him as the third best corner behind Stingley and man, he's got to prove this better. I just think core type with him
That's the thing. When you're a good team, you're picking, kind of not necessarily in the middle of the draft, but you're still picking, on the higher end. It's a luxury to have. You can't really mess up when you don't have that many needs and you do have the flexibility to just take the best available player. The Eagles were not in that position. The Eagles could not take the best available player. The Eagles had to take a need. And in some way, they, a lot of people
we're through Cincinnati too.
Don't think we needed a defensive tackle, but it's still it fills a need to kind of build up the line, build up the defense. I don't know why we never do anything about our secondary though. This team has had the worst secondary ever since Jim Johnson died. We have had a terrible secondary.
Yeah, and then there's Bills who has his lone protege. He just has possibly the best secondary in football right now.
Sean McDermott's so interesting because he was not a good head coach. Where was he at? Was he at Carolina?
No, he was defensive coordinator at Carolina.
I thought he was I thought after he left the Eagles, he was a head coach somewhere.
No, he went to it was his first coaching job was in Buffalo. He was the defensive coordinator for Carolina.
Oh, I could have sworn he was a head coach somewhere.
Well,
That's
it's well,
interesting.
the weird thing is like we didn't sign him after they went to the year after they went to the Super Bowl, the year after they went to the Super Bowl. So they were like
Mhm.
not like 15-1. Although the best thing ever with the whole thing was one of the picks that their first pick with no, it was the second round pick they took like the second year of McDermott because they didn't have a first round pick for
Mhm.
and the guy goes like what was it because they have like the video like it's called Buffalo Bills Embedded. I don't know if other teams do it. They had like the whole draft process and they were talking to the guy that eventually the Bills drafted. And they asked him, yeah, who do you copy AJ Epineza? Like, who do you copy your game after? And he's like, well, I have a copy of my game after Von, or was it? Yeah, it was Von Miller after you did that strip sack on Cam Newton. And he had no clue that Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane were like involved with the yeah, you're not going to win your 7th championship. You're not getting through Buffalo. You needed an offensive lineman, but yeah, you're not winning pick Super Bowl 7 this year. Sorry, you're like the 3rd best team in our division. Good try.
That's funny.
I don't know if you saw the guy. He's holding like 7 fingers. Like, yeah, we're
Hey, the dream big, you know?
yeah, but it's a guard that no one's heard of. I mean,
Chattanooga.
yeah, it's UNC, it's Tennessee, Chattanooga. It's where Terrell Owens played his football game.
Cole Strange. That's a great name, though.
Well, maybe it's Curtis's son, golfer. Like I said, he's a 5-year. He played 5 years of college, 5 years of college football. Like he's not it's a Bill Belichick pick because he's super smart.
See, there you go. He had a 93% chance of being available at pick 54.
I would take those odds.
So basically, the Patriots could have taken him with their 2nd round pick.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, Bill Belichick,
I don't.
he was successful for a very long time. And yes,
Well-
a lot of that has to be credited to Tom Brady. A lot of that. But at the same time, he is one of those guys who, like, unlike the Eagles, who can't make, chicken salad out of chicken shit, the Patriots have been able to do that.
Well, I mean, they keep on saying that, but the thing too is like he yeah, they had Brady, but they also draft quarterbacks a lot. Hi,
True.
Macy. Because he was like because they kept on taking people like Jacoby Brissett, Matt Castle, Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, they just shuffle them off for picks, and that's how you build a team.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, they had a formula that worked. And that's the thing. Like, you can say what you want about the Patriots. You can talk about the cheating. You can, that will always be a part of who they are. That will always be part of the dynasty. There will always be that little bit of an asterisk there as to how good would they have been if they hadn't done this. But putting all of that aside, you can't ignore the fact that it was a well-coached team, that was a very well-run team, that it knew what it was doing in a lot of areas, and it happened to, luck into. I'm not going to give them credit for finding a diamond in the rough in the Tom Brady situation, because again, when a guy falls to the 6th round, every team had a chance to take him and passed on him 5 times. So, I don't think that was like a stroke of genius. I think they lucked into that, and they just so happened to luck into perhaps the best player to ever play the game of football.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, love them or hate them, and it's very easy to hate the Patriots and everything that they represent, but it's hard to deny the talent. They did have something special.
The funny thing, I actually told this guy I work with is a diehard Chiefs fan. Like, I'm just stay put and take 2 picks for kid because he's a Chiefs fan. I was like, and you're gonna get this guy. I couldn't say his last name. I'm like, I know it's like Mike George, the great guy. This guy that the Chiefs just took.
Yeah,
Karlaftis. Yeah, he's. I mean, I said he's the Georgia. He's the guy from Georgia Tech. I know exactly what. And you're going to take him at 29 or 30. No, we're going to trade up to the top 10 and get one of the elite ones. I'm like, dude, he's pretty elite even if you get him at 30.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to pay him as much.
Fans always want to think that their team is going to trade up. They always have this grand plan. It's like, but think about it. Look at
I
what
would
the
only
Chiefs
do.
have done.
I-
The Chiefs
would only-
went and took Clyde Edwards-Helaire with like pick 32 a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and he was easily the best
Worked out pretty
quarterback.
well for them. Yeah, worked out pretty well for them.
Yeah, it's so Minnesota's got pick 33, pick 32, then 33 is Tampa, then
Pick 33.
yeah, they had
Why are there 33 picks?
no, it's getting ready for tomorrow night.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like,
It's a first pick for tomorrow
ESPN's
night.
coverage is only until 11:30. I'm getting ready to go to bed.
That's because you're weak.
Maybe catch the end of the other basketball game that's on.
Yeah, I don't know if you catch my hockey bashing. I don't know if you caught that part.
I
Were you
did
in for
not.
that? Because did you see that Vegas didn't make the playoffs?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they had to win out and Dallas had to lose out in regulation. So like they have like I'll send it to you. It's a funny visual. Some Sabres fan made it. It made me laugh. You'll
Oh,
get the visual.
is it the message where
No,
each
it's
of the first letters? Did you see that one?
no,
No?
but I didn't see that one. Just you can send it me on Facebook. I just
Yeah,
sent
I
like
gotta find you that one.
but you should like the chance of the Vegas Golden Knights making the playoffs, and there's the line. It's just, like I say, it's just
Where
hilarious.
I saw it.
But like I say, it's just hilarious. Like the chances of making the playoffs and the lines exactly when they traded with Buffalo for Jack Eichel.
Uh,
Right now, the Eagles are the favorite from the AFC East.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
There you
They
go.
went from they also went from 2,200 plus 2,200 to 1,800 when the NFC, and plus 4,500 plus 3,500 in the
Wow.
Super Bowl.
There you go. All right. Weird.
Apparently, Lamar is not too happy with the trade of Hollywood Brown. By the way,
Well, yeah, because there goes his
he
weapon.
he tweeted out WTF, and then he actually just said that. That's all he and censor myself. That's actually what he put. He's probably not too happy.
Damn. Who sent this to me? I cannot. Oh, you know what? It was on somebody's Facebook page. That's what it was.
The guys from Bleacher Report gave the Bills an A- for taking Elon. I'll take that. I'm not too bad.
There you go. Nope.
Yeah, people are making. Everyone's like that was a strange pick.
You were talking earlier about the Iron Sheik too. Did you see
Yes.
his Ben Simmons tweet?
Oh no! Don't read it. We'll get thrown off of here. I'll read it myself.
I'm gonna forward it to you.
I'm not gonna. And I'm not gonna.
Find the stupid.
Jesus.
There and change the dynamic.
You know what's crazy? The Bills are taking like all these guys that are like 20 years old. Like Kyrie turns 21 next week. The Bills, the quarterback they took. We're at 4.39 40 at like 6'1" and 215. Buy his jersey or not? I actually called that too. That's the funny thing. I've been texting my boss a lot of the night too.
Mhm.
And he literally asked me earlier today. He's like, or yesterday, he's like, so who are the Bills taking? Like, I'm like, Kyrie, if they say put, it's Kyrie Long. And I know who the pick is for Cincinnati. I like it, but the problem is like he plays like multiple positions, but I don't think he's good at one of them. Like he's a safety, but he can play like corner, slot corner, both safety positions. Like, but he just doesn't have like that.
Yeah.
He's not the lockdown. He's not the hard hitting safety. He's not the coverage safety. He's not the. I love that helmet on there. That Lions fan. Not gonna lie. That trumps your face paint friend.
Drive me nuts that I can't find this.
It says attachment unavailable. I don't know if that was purposely or not, but
find this.
I would love to see like Lamar say, I'm holding on until you give me your contract, and I want Josh Allen money. Come on, Buffalo, trade up with Minnesota. I haven't seen anything about it. I would laugh if they trade up. Well, I was hoping they would trade up and get that running back they want. Bleacher Report, by the way, gave Jordan Davis an A+.
Really?
Philadelphia, yeah.
Look at that. Been a while since we've gotten an A+.
No, that's true. I mean, you're Philadelphia. People from Philadelphia, you can't read that well. I get it.
Oh, I cannot find. This is driving me nuts because it was so funny too, and I
You-
don't
well,
know
you'll-
if I can describe it in a way that. So basically, the Sabres played the Knights a couple days ago, correct?
Yeah, like about a week ago.
Yeah, like it was recent. They had a message on their message board that said, like, it was like a phrase or something, and
It's something it's something Jack Price said. Like,
so the first letter of each of the words on this message board phrase spelled out. I don't remember what the beginning of it was, but it ended with like "fuck the Knights," and it was really funny. I was like, "That's clever."
I can't find it. I was gonna see if it was just like a generic image search.
I tried like Googling it. I
I believe
don't know
you.
why I can't find it. And I honestly don't remember what Facebook page I saw it on. Oh, you know what? Maybe it was this one's actually not a bad place to guess.
Yeah, people were posting like a month ago saying I can't wait to see Vegas miss the playoffs because they traded for Jack Eichel. And they're like, and history is showing to be true. Oh, Buffalo didn't trade up to get like. I mean, from Buffalo, I talked to him like, go ahead, like. I'm kind of surprised they took pick at Pittsburgh, what they're talking about right now. Sorry, 6'1", 191. The Kyrie Lim, the cornerback. He played, Jesus, if we're 20 years old, he's played 35 games of college football. It's pretty good. No, I mean, I believe you. Come on. Just stop talking, Mel. Mel, stop talking. No one see you talking about. Not bad. It's me, IG under the 3.5 hour podcast. Not like last year, what was like 6.5.
It was so long.
I mean, Kyle stayed on and we just talked for like 2 hours, but still. This draft went by pretty fast, especially considering how many trades there were.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Especially the bonkers ones. I agree. Almost Minnesota takes them here. Keep going defense. I want to see Brees Hall in Buffalo. Yeah, that's right. Where's that cat in the Vikings jersey? The Randall Cunningham, the Randall Cunningham jersey. That'd be like next level grave. He goes back and just with them, then goes back and forth between Philadelphia and Minnesota. Make the goddamn. Jeez, I'm going to bed too.
Yeah, why is this taking so long?
Because they gotta talk. I told you that before.
I like your Mandalorian costume though. That's pretty cool.
Huh?
The
Oh, the guy right
Vikings
there.
Mandalorian fan.
By the way, for you, I'm also underneath my Josh Allen jersey. I'm wearing my Roman Reigns, one of my Roman Reigns t-shirts,
Oh yeah,
the head of the table one.
nice.
If you came on like during the quote unquote pre-show on a game, I like it's like 7:45. I just wear that my Allen jersey on when we went like live just to mess with you. I mean,
I
I'm
never-
I'm in like all Bills stuff right now. I even got the Bills running shoes from like Nike.
There you go.
So I asked my friends, like, do you think I have the same size shoes, Josh? I might. I mean, like I'm really large feet.
Here we go.
What the hell is he
Final pick.
wearing?
A big ass chain.
The skull chain?
Who?
Oh, I think a lot of people I thought that's a type. A lot of people have him as like Lewis Klein. Like a lot of people at Buffalo was going to look at him too.
Wow. 5 defensive players selected in the first round from Georgia.
Well, if you watch college football last year, you'd know
Oh,
why.
I saw the championship. And
Yeah,
I know that
they're-
they were the best defense in like the history of college football.
Yeah, hands down. Like, they had like really no weakness, and yet Nakobe Dean didn't get taken, did he?
Don't believe so.
He's an inside linebacker from Georgia. He's a steal in round 2. Like like I said, there's a lot of good players still there.
I could see him going to the Bucks.
Yeah, it's for the Bucks. It's more fucking defense.
Good teams only get better. The rich get richer.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted to see Tampa. Yeah, that's right, because Tampa Bay got picked 33 because they traded with Jacksonville. I wanted to see, honestly, God, them taking the guy you took, Jordan Davis. I would love to see him in Tampa Bay. Then you
He'd be a
put
monster.
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
seriously.
you invited Vay next to him. It'd be like the Bills when they had Pat Williams and Sam Adams next to each other. Combined
Yeah,
weight
that's
was like
just not even fair.
it was like combined weight was like 770 pounds between the two of them. And that's just your defensive tackles. Yeah, Nakobe Dean wasn't taken. Holy crap. So they could have had 6 starters on defense go to that.
Yeah,
go to the
that's
first
true.
round.
Because Dean was projected to go.
Like
first
middle of the
round.
round. Like, yeah, he was like, if the Steelers weren't going to take a quarterback, again, I just say he was a Steelers linebacker, but he was a Steelers linebacker. I'm happy.
Yeah, another, good day. Looking forward to tomorrow and not
I'll be at
actually
this- I'll be-
watching all of it go down. But gosh, some of these
I'll be at
people,
this-
the gear that they wear to the draft is insane.
Especially,
Like a Seahawks hat.
I'm fine with it like in other places, but think about it, it's in Las Vegas. It's probably 110 degrees right now in Vegas. Even
That's
at
true.
night.
Well, when they first showed everyone there,
Did
it
you see
looked
that
like
group
it
shot?
was hot.
It
The
loo- it
the
looked-
large lawn shot, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. That was more than Philly. That was more than Philly. That was more than Tennessee.
Oh,
They
it
said
was.
600
Hands down.
Huh?
Hands down.
Oh, I thought you said hang on, stand by. I thought you said,
Oh, no.
wait, what? I was going to say though, yeah, they said 600,000 people came into Vegas this week for the draft. I still love how the stage is in the middle of the Bellagio Fountains.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know.
also where Phil's mom's buried, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was like her dying wish to be buried at the Bellagio Fountains.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they go off like every minute, like every 32, like once every minute and a half, like a minute 32
Oh, wow.
seconds or something. It would have been cool if they went off like every pick just to have you pick in and they get the water going behind them. It'd been a cool effect.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm so let's see, surprised. It's like Drake London to the Atlanta Falcons kind of surprises me.
Yeah, there's definitely some surprises, especially given who's still on the board.
The biggest surprise is probably Tech Houston taking what's his name? I just blanked on his goddamn name. Derek Stingley over like who's like got an injury history, and you take him over Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, that was early.
Yeah, it's pick 3. I mean, I'll take a Bills player at 23. That like they thought there was maybe because his numbers, especially his family, like stock was soaring like the last couple days. Like people were raving about him. Like if Buffalo gets that guy Brees Hall too, he's a running back, despite they really don't need a running back. That
Mhm.
team's frightening. If I'm the Jets, the Patriots, and the Dolphins, I'd be like, oh shit.
Well, the Jets should be saying "oh shit" anyway because they're the Jets.
No, that is true. Jalen Hurts already faced him AJ Brown, by the way.
There you go. You gotta. I mean, you get to know your new guys, and Jalen Hurts has. You can say what you want about his football abilities and you know what that's going to turn into, who he's going to turn into as a player, but as a leader, I think he's really shown himself to be pretty good in that arena. You know, there was always these comments that Carson Wentz wasn't a leader and you know he couldn't connect with players in the locker room. You don't hear that about Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I think the reason they also took that guy Elam too was because what's it called? They did it to like because he's got some crazy speed,
Ah,
so they want to probably counter Tyreek Hill. I'd say so,
record for most number of trades.
and probably the fastest first round too. I mean,
Thank the you know the Lions
see
for
that-
getting their pick in seconds later.
well, it helps when the guy from Michigan falls right to you, and he's like
yeah,
the number,
yeah, the
he's
guy
the
that
number
you
one.
wanted from day one.
Did you see the national anthem performed?
I did not.
Cody Lee, you know who Cody Lee is?
No.
He's a blind autistic guy. He was on America's Got Talent.
Oh, okay.
He's wow, that's the best way I can describe his talent, like for music. Yeah, it's only 8:41 in Vegas. Everyone's going out now.
Yep. Well, no, it's time for the post game Weezer concert.
I'd be at Spearmint right now, just for the record. In case you didn't know, it's Spearmint Rose. That's a strip club. It's like 3 blocks away.
No, that's not bad.
No, I was going to seriously ask you, like, would you think Leslie, if I guys like Spearmint Rose, they'd sponsor us? Have a strip club sponsor us. I mean, it could
Yeah.
be worse. It could be Chico's bail bonds.
Hey, you know, whatever works.
Exactly. If they're pay us, I don't care. Like also, like I said, I'm still stunned that like Philly like got AJ Brown for like nothing.
Yeah, and you know it's so funny because the whole offseason after wide receiver was getting traded and you know Devonta Adams goes to Oakland and Amari Cooper is still just kind of sitting there and there's other wide receivers that are getting moved and everybody's like, oh, the Eagles missed another one. We had a deal in place at one point in time to get Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley is not playing, so like that fell through. So just
You dodged a bullet
constantly,
there.
yeah, well, yeah, it worked out. But like constantly, there were wide receivers, and everybody kept saying like, the Eagles aren't going to get one. Howie's not going to go get a wide receiver. Sure enough, Mr. Draft Day, you know, he always makes trades on draft day. I swear, turned out to save the best for last.
Yeah, I like my post 12 hours because it said happy draft day number one to all minus page risk. So you still cheat and your quarterback has a weak arm.
Noodle arm.
That's what my friend Tyler said.
Oh, there's Todd McShay. I was wondering why he wasn't on the draft table.
I wonder if it's because of his health, like his little incident last year.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, the Jets had good picks. I like them. I just think they're just going to screw them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it's Sauce Gardner versus Stephon Diggs for the next 4 years.
Hey, that'll be fun to watch, though.
Oh, absolutely, be great. I'm kind of surprised they didn't double down on defense. Like, I mean, instead of getting Garrett Wilson, like they got.
Hmm.
I mean, granted, you have to do it to get targets for like your second year quarterback who
Yeah.
still's got a lot of
Because
questions.
if you believe that he's the guy, then you know it's kind of like time to prove it. So you give him what he needs to start building that team that can be a franchise and make him a
But
franchise quarterback.
If I was building the Jets, I would Sauce pick at 4. I at 10. If Kyle Rudolph was there or Kyle, the guy like that safety that Baltimore took.
Hamilton.
Thank you. And you get him, okay. you got one hell of a secondary all of a sudden because your secondary was to say god awful last year is probably a nice way of saying it.
And when the Jets were good, that was their strength. You know,
Well,
we're
the problem is
talking
that-
about the Revis days. Like,
Even after that, even when they were absolutely awful, like getting like you had Marcus May and you had Jamal Adams there together. You had the best young safety tandem in football. And look, we're gonna trade him and let the other guy walk.
yeah, well,
You guys
didn't
are-
work out.
Well, I mean that rumored trade I mentioned on the show. I don't know if you heard it. That was talked about for Debo. Was
Yeah,
like if
that
you
was a lot of picks.
if you, I joked with my friends when I saw that rumor. I was like, if they do that, if I'm Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, I take my entire front office after that, take them out back and meet them. Let them meet Jimmy Hoffa because I'd be like, I'm picking these rest of the picks guys myself. I'm doing them blind.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was the worst thing. That's I'm sorry, I was laughing because it's like someone posted a video of the guy that the Bills took. His dad had his only pick six on against the Bills. So Kyrie Elam told Brandon Bean that he wants to play the general manager of the Bills. He wants the Bills playbook for the flight tonight. Go back to Buffalo, so he can start the defense already.
Yeah, you got to start at some point.
And when you got a 5-hour flight ahead of you, why the hell not? I think I want to join the 50-50 raffle. I used to watch ESPN.
Yeah.
I think there's a lady behind her trying to sell the 50-50 raffle tickets. I was like, I want tickets for the 50-50 raffle. I'm thinking who else? Kenyon Green's kind of a surprise. I mean, yes, you got to protect Davis Mills. I like it for that, but that's way too early for. He's not the guy from the cornerback. That's the guard from the Colts. See, I need colored suits like that to do our show. I think it would.
Yeah, that is a nice suit.
I mean, it's definitely Pepto Bismol color, but still. Yeah, they're all talking about like that. He wants to put the playbook on the plane so he can contribute to the team right away. I think that's a problem to have for guys like that, don't you think? Don't call him the Commanders. He was a professional guy for the Redskins. It's okay you say
but
it.
they're not called the Redskins anymore, so you have to just everything becomes the Commanders. I know that's the part that I don't like. I feel like you, at the time of when you worked there, they were still called the Redskins. You never worked for the Commanders. Just because they're the Commanders now doesn't mean they were always the Commanders. So like that part I don't like.
Yeah, like I said, I literally do that. Like when I write down my stuff about Washington, I will call them the Redskins because that's what they were called at the time when they won the Super Bowl. Yeah, he's the kid Klein seeing as a really good safety, but it's like God, it's like wow.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what I thought he knew about the trade. There's something like the trade, the Adams trade, Bonnie Adams trade, surprised Aaron Rodgers. He was in the room when they made the trade. How was he totally surprised?
Yeah, he knew about it.
When I made my decision, I was still thinking he was going to come back. Bullshit. That's all I'm going to say. Like I'm done with Aaron Rodgers. Like for everything. I hope he has a bad year.
I was done with Aaron Rodgers last year. The whole saga over him leaving and not leaving. Like if you had asked anybody in the off season, and not this past off season, the one prior where this all started, if Aaron Rodgers would be a Packer going into the 2022 season, no one would have said yes. No one.
No, I wouldn't have. I would never give him money.
Yeah, like if people bet on that, they would have lost.
No, I'm at the $50 million guy. I would never give. funny.
Oh, well, that too. That was ridiculous. Like a guy who literally told you he wanted to leave, and
I would say
there's so
go
many
right ahead.
questions. There's so many questions to that whole process, and I don't think it was in the best interest of the Packers to bring him back on that contract.
I mean, it's not like you can get more jersey sales because he's already probably sold them off.
Yeah, and hilarious now that once again they've done the same thing that they did last year, where granted they didn't pick his replacement, but they certainly didn't help him. And on top of that, icing on top of the cake, that is Aaron Rodgers' $50 million. He doesn't have Devontae Adams. So again, we asked the question that came up several times during our podcast: who
Sammy
does he
Watkins.
throw to?
Sammy Watkins for 2 weeks, I think it's hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm not gonna mock Sammy for being like I think he's a good receiver. Just he's got injury, he got an injury, just couldn't shake it.
Yep, and that's the problem.
To buy the Kyrie Irving jersey or not? I'm looking at it right now. I love checking the just. I can wait a couple days and I'll get it. Hey, it's your buddy Justin Jefferson.
Could have had both. Well, we wouldn't have gotten AJ Brown if we had Justin Jefferson. So.
Well, you never know. You could have drafted both of them. Remember, AJ Brown was his second round pick. You could have had both of them.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't have traded for him.
That's probably true. But let's wind this up. It's late. You need some sleep.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
And I'm going to Buffalo for the finale tomorrow. This should be fun.
Oh, well, there you go. Have fun.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like the long-time announcers. Like it's his last game. He's retiring after 51 years.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I forgot. I went to the opener. I should go to the ending.
That's one way to be. Well, good show.
Good show. It was a clusterfuck, and I don't regret anything. Okay.
We'll talk soon.
Sounds good.